Hold up. What's up, people? We is back. We is back. We is back. We is back. Oh, goodness. Yo, have y'all been noticing the tell all book that Lil Tim is writing over there on Vlad TV? Like, Shorty is writing an autobiography. Yo, Lil Tim is over there on Vlad TV, right? Writing an autobiography of the last 5 years of his relationship between Quando Rondo and Durk and Lil Pab and King Von. Like, yo, nobody gonna call him out for that? Oh my God, I got the wrong lighter. God damn it, y'all. Oh no, I got it. Yo, ain't nobody gonna, what's up, buddy? Ricky Wright. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing to Lil Tim? Like, he just gonna let Vlad just crash him out. And I'm reading the comments, people like, yo, Tim is such a nice guy. He's so well-mannered. Like, man, y'all don't see what the fuck going on? Hey, yo, we wild, man. That boy telling. Hey, he telling, man. I didn't see him duck a question yet. Yo, if you don't, in today's society, right, when you go on these platforms, if you don't duck a question, yeah, you telling. Because that's all they want to know. All they want to know is about crimes. Matter of fact, in this video, we're going to go to the, it's not in the title, but DJ Academics did an interview with Skrilla from out Philly. In the whole interview, nah, yo, TF, you missing the point. It ain't about Durk monetizing off Pab's death. It's about Durk is on trial for Pab's death. And Vlad is asking Lil Tim questions surrounding Lil Pab in the whole situation, which can end up in court. That's what it's about. It ain't Lil Tim supposed to know that. Lil Tim act like he green. Like, that's what I see from him. Like, people talking about I just think he green. I think he about green as grass. I think Lil Tim be easy as a motherfucker to trick. If you really wanted to. For real. He green. He don't even see. Yo, look at some of these titles. He don't even see what Vlad doing to him. He don't even see what Vlad doing to him. Look at some of these titles. I already showed you the titles, Ricky, right? Look at the titles. He's answering these questions. Look. Lord Tim. Hold up. Lord Tim on Lord Durk saying King Von got killed by a nerd. Like, he didn't interview Tim because Tim's a great guy and Tim got a story. He interviewed Tim because Lil Durk is on trial right now. Y'all can't see that? Lil Tim on getting called Lil Pab killed in LA. Quando Rondo leaving the Rolling 60s. This whole interview is about Durk's case. The whole interview. Lil Tim on first conversation with NBA YoungBoy after killing King Von. He answering every question. He ain't ducking shit. Lil Tim on Quando Rondo shot at after King Von's death. Come on, man. Vlad a dirty bitch. And King Von a sucker. I mean, not King Von. Lil Tim a sucker. Why are people mad at Quando Rondo? I'm the shooter. Come on, y'all. You ain't supposed to do that. Quando Rondo ain't even answering no questions about the shit. Lord Tim responds to Agent Dog saying he didn't shoot King Von. Just look at this shit. The whole interview is about the whole situation. Look, this the worst one. Lord, this the one that's gonna end up in court. Lord Tim on room with $1 million bounty on his head for killing King Von. Who the fuck got $1 million to put on his head for killing King Von? Yeah, it's a rumor. I didn't hear the rumor, but it must have been a rumor because he fucking verified it. Like, yo, you don't do that shit, my nigga.
Great content needs a great audience, like Santa Claus needs cookies.
What? No cookies for... I was super happy, but mom had to change her whole lifestyle because the shoot. Right. Was it because a bunch of crazy King Von fans were like threatening her and forth? You knew better. You knew you should have did that. Just in case. Yeah, that's smart, man. I don't understand why people just sit around for things to happen as opposed to being proactive. Now, there was a rumor around this time that there was a $1 million bounty on your head. Yeah. Did you hear about it? Yeah. How did that make you feel? It's like...
Yo, he don't have to say that. The whole interview, he's talking about King Von throughout the whole situation. Then he asked him, titled it, Lord Tim on ring with $1 million bounty on his head for killing King Von. Like, who will put $1 million on? Who has $1 million to put on his head? Lord Tim is giving the federal government case credibility. Right? They wild ass questions. The whole interview is like this. He answering every fucking question like he's fucking stupid. Like he don't realize he getting tricked off the mud. Yeah, I'm gonna get to that, Brittany. Like he don't realize he getting tricked into telling. He telling. He is telling, man. He dry snitching. Lord Tim on getting shot. That was after the what's the called situation. He dry snitching. The whole interview he's fucking dry snitching. Yo, you don't get the point, TF. Yo, TF, do you understand the streets, bro? Listen to what I'm telling you, bro. It's not about if Dirk said it in his music. We not talking about music, yo. Like, yo, the federal government don't have a strong case. That's why they're using these bloggers to interview these people so they can get information that otherwise the federal government wouldn't get. Y'all can't see the play? Why you think DJ Academics brought Quando Rondo up there and asked him all them crazy ass questions? Quando Rondo answered none of them. He answered none of them. But Vlad gets Lord Tim up here. He answered everything. He answered everything, man. I guarantee y'all. Some of these answers is going to be in court. Guarantee you. And Vlad is doing it intentionally because Vlad don't like dirt. Vlad gets upset when artists don't come to his platform. He takes it as disrespect. Like I how dare you not come to my platform and I reached out to your team. That's why every time motherfucker don't fuck with him, he go in a whole rant about Marlon Wayans wanted $40,000 for an interview. He not even worth that. Boss man D-Lo tried to scam me. That's why he do all of these things. Yeah, like yo, y'all, like it's crazy. People can't see what's going on, man. Yeah, we ready to get the dirt. Nah, yo, but Tim need to be called out. Nobody has called him out for the sucker shit that he doing. Like it's kind of hard for me to believe that he that green. It's hard for me to believe that he that green. So if he ain't that green, you dry snitching, bro. You dry snitching. Even, that's what I'm saying, with the rumored bounty, right? Once Tim say he heard about the rumor, that gives it credibility. Gives it credibility. I didn't ever hear about no fucking $1 million rumor. Like, where did Vlad get this information from? Because I didn't hear nothing about no $1 million on Lord Tim head. I didn't hear it. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I didn't hear the shit. I'm just saying, yo, keep that shit G. You feel me? TF, it is evidence when somebody that supposed to have the money on their head admit to it, bro. The fuck, it is evidence. He admitted to it. He supposed to say, man, hell no. Man, I ain't never heard no shit like that. That's news to me. That's how he supposed to answer that question, man. I ain't never heard nothing like that. Who the fuck told you that? Because I didn't hear it. I ain't hear it. Let me finish so you can hear the answer. Using Vlad content. No, he don't like that shit for real.
I'm gonna stand my ground, so it's like, well, I'm gonna stand on my get back home. Hey, is you gonna be able to go back and get that money? Like, is you gonna make it back home?
Right.
Cause it's like, it's not like I'm about to just sit here and let no one come kill me. So it's like, I'm gonna stand on my 10. I'm gonna stand my ground. So it's like, my 10. It's like, it's not like is you gonna be able to go back to take that. It's like
How did that make you feel? Or bounty on your head?
Yeah.
Did you hear about it?
Yeah.
Look, he said yeah. He supposed to say no. He act like he green, like he don't understand how this shit go. Yo, I'm just saying, everything is timing, man. What's up, Murder? Pay attention to the timing of what's going on, y'all. Yo, these blogs, yo, been putting this shit together for a while now. They've been putting it together for a while now, man. Go back to Adam 22 interview with Quando Rondo. Listen to the questions that he was asking him. You don't have to get on the stand, yo. TF, there's something called open source information. Open source information. It's in DURK case. I don't know if you was over here when we talked about that. I seen another blogger follow behind me and talk about it. There's something called open source information. Open source information is newspapers, publications, interviews, YouTube videos. They can take this video and play it in court. Because we don't have a motive. Other than, I mean, not a motive, but damn, yo. It's three things, yo, they need to prove to constitute murder. It's motive, opportunity, and I don't know. Shit. Might be incentive. I don't know. I know it's motive and opportunity. So they got motive. They got it could be opportunity, but now you just provided incentive. They're saying it was a murder for hire, bro. DURK, gotta remember, DURK case is about murder for hire. Now you got Vlad talking about a rumored $1 million bounty. So that gives credibility to Lil Pipe getting killed. That's what it did. It gives it credibility. Oh, so it was $1 million on Quando Rondo head. Yo, the feds don't move like the state. The feds can use hearsay evidence. We learned that in the O-Block trial. The O-Block trial was all about hearsay. They didn't have no concrete evidence, even though I think some of their cases are going to get overturned. But they didn't have no concrete evidence. But these interviews that these guys are on right now, the DJ Academics, Adam 22, Vlad TV, They all working together, man. They all working together. All you gotta do is pay attention to the question. I'm not, yo, see, yo, why people do that? I'm not talking about his own camp. We know what that is. I'm talking about what's being done on the internet. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about his own camp. I'm gonna get to them. I'm gonna get to his own camp, but I'm talking about the play that's being ran on the internet by certain bloggers that end up in court. I can't believe people not noticing it. Like, these interviews are not happening organic. Yo, on an interview, yo, you shouldn't have to dodge questions the way you got to dodge questions when you talk to these people. Shouldn't have to. I'm after this. No, I'm not after this. But after I finish talking about Durk, right? I'm going to talk about, we're going to go to that DJ Academics interview. DJ Academics, and I told y'all a few weeks ago, DJ Academics only interviews, if you're paying attention, his last maybe 3-4 interviews, it was only people that had criminal activity surrounded their name. That's it. You had Skrilla, Quando Rondo, Lil DURK, Young and Ace. Like, what's the odds of that? What's the odds of every time you interview somebody, it's an investigation around their name? It's a shooting around their name. Academics wasn't doing that last year. I mean, not last year. He wasn't doing that 2-3 years ago. This just started. This just started. He know what it is. See, Brittany? But that's what I'm saying. Why you even go on there? You know what it is, bro. You know what it is. Vlad is trying to end up in Durk case. Do you see how happy he was to end up in Q50W case? He bragged about it. He loved it. He loved it, man. I closed Tupac murder. I heard him say it out of his mouth. Man, an agent, man. I just showed y'all in one of them other videos a guy talking to Vlad about his interviews. And he talking about, yeah, the police reached out to me. I don't work with the police. But everybody knows that everything that's said in the interview, I put it out. So I'm not editing. I don't, I might edit a cough, but everything else is all the footage. So they don't need you, Vlad. They don't need your permission to take your video. Yo, once a video get uploaded online, it's the metaverse got it. You can do whatever you want to do with the bitch. You can share it. You can crop it. You can edit it. You can put it in a criminal investigation. You can do whatever you want to do with it. But the bad part is, nowadays, yo, as an entertainer, as a rapper, when you go up to these platforms, you literally gotta duck and dodge questions. And they say they calling it journalism. It's not journalism, yo, when you asking the same question 5 times, 35 different ways. That's police work, bro. Police work. If I don't answer the question the first time, I don't answer the question the second time, what the fuck make you ask me that shit 4 or 5 more times, bro? Why you ask me 4 or 5 more times? Obviously, I don't want to talk about this. Obviously, I don't want to answer this. But you just keep asking me the same question. Why? It's like you working for somebody. It's like they're giving you questions to write down, and you got to get these questions off in this interview. See, the thing is, right? I'm a content creator. So I understand the fact that, yo, people inbox you information. I get it. So you think I'm the only one that get it? Do y'all really think that these people, these agencies, haven't realized what's going on online and think, yo, we got to get some of them in our pocket? We got to get some of them in our pocket. And they probably pay them a lot of money to do it. It's really common sense if you think about it. Like, people keep saying, yo, you asking police questions. No. I'm not asking police questions. He's the police. He working. Like, yo, I have no reason to ask a police question. Like, what the fuck? Why would I want to ask a police question? Like, what the fuck am I doing that for? I'm not a police officer. You feel me? Like, man, salute, pretty face China, straight up. Yeah, straight up. Zone 18, you already know. But some of these guys, they been incentivized, man. Exactly. Remember we did that? And that was the next day after I called them out for trying to get Durk booked. Yo, Durk don't have, yo, let me tell you something, right? Durk case ain't strong. They don't have no evidence on Durk. They talking about using rap lyrics. Yo, whenever the federal government is talking about using rap lyrics, they don't have no fucking case. Federal government don't use rap lyrics that often. That's the shit the state do. The feds don't want to, they don't typically want to deal with that type of evidence because it's tricky. And even with the lyrics, they just talking about he monetized off to death. They didn't say that this lyric means that he did this shooting. I doubt if that lyric even come up in trial. Dislike, I don't give a fuck what you talking about. But speaking of Durk, y'all, somebody in Durk camp is going to have to take that case. The best possible scenario, right? I was thinking about this, man. My homeboy was talking about it. What's the best possible scenario in Durk's situation? What's the best thing that can happen? So I was thinking about it, right? And I'm like, yo, if I was on that case with them boys, right? If I was one of Durk's close friends, I ain't talking about the two outsiders, but I'm talking about his close circle. I would be trying to figure out, yo, what's the best possible scenario? What's the best thing that can happen? What's the best thing that can happen? No, I ain't saying he can't get convicted off music. I'm saying, oh, all right, my bad, bro. I'm saying that I'm not saying he can't get convicted off music. I'm saying that the feds using music shows that they don't have a strong case. Because the feds don't typically use music. You know, that's something the state does. And the state only use music when they don't have a strong case. Who wants to use music, yo? Who wants to infringe on free speech? You know, nobody, they only do that if they absolutely got to. You know, you get what I'm saying? If they absolutely got to, then they're, you know, they'll trade those waters. But they don't, that's not something they want to do. The feds is using they're already using dirty tactics by using these motherfucking they're already using dirty tactics by using this the internet and these bloggers. All right, so let me just start right here. We're gonna read a little bit of it. At times relevant to this first superseding indictment, defendant Banks was the leader of OTF. Defendant Kayvon London Grant, aka Cuz, aka Vonnie, Dontrell Wilson, aka Didi, Asa Houston, aka Boogie, and co-conspirators 2 through 5 were members or associates of OTF. Defendant Keith Jones, aka Flacker, and defendant David Lindsay, aka Brown Eyes, were members of other gangs in Chicago. On or about November 6, 2020, I already know about that. On or about fuck just happened? How they take me right back to the beginning? Come on now. Why does it keep doing that? On or about August 18th, 2020, the co-conspirators learned that DB was staying at a hotel in Los Angeles, California, as alleged in counts 1 and 2. After learning of TB's location at the direction of defendant Banks, defendant Wilson, Jones, Lindsay, and Houston, and co-conspirator 2 traveled from Chicago, Illinois to Los Angeles, California for the purpose of murdering TB. On that same day, August 18th, defendant Banks and Grant also traveled by a private jet to Los Angeles, California. As alleged in counts 1 and 2, on August 19, 2020, at the direction of Banks, defendant Grant, Wilson, Jones, Lindsay, and Houston, and co-conspirator 2 used 2 vehicles to track, stalk, and attempt to kill TB by gunfire, including with a fully automatic firearm, resulting in the death of SR. Following the attempted murder of TB and the murder of SR, defendant Banks sought to commercialize SR's death by rapping about his revenge on TB with music that is explicitly referenced audio from a news clip taken shortly after SR murder, where TB screamed "no, no" after seeing SR's dead body. They told me they got the Addy. Go, go. Got location. Go. Green light. Go, go, go. Look on the news. See your son screaming "no, no." All right. Defendant Banks will place bounties on individuals that he and other OTF members wanted to kill, including TB. As part of the bounty, co-conspirators known and unknown, including defendant Banks and Wilson, will pay anyone who took part in the killing of TB and or reward individuals with lucrative music opportunities with OTF. Co-conspirators known and unknown, including defendants Banks and Wilson, will recruit others, including defendant Jones, Lindsay, and Houston, and co-conspirator 2, to find, track, and kill TB. At the direction of defendant Banks, defendant Grant would procure cars, ski masks, and firearms that would be used by co-conspirators to find, track, and kill TB. Using the credit card associated with OTF, co-conspirator 3 would purchase airplane tickets for the co-conspirators to fly to California and murder TB. See, y'all, I think everybody is named in this indictment. Because co-conspirator 3, because it say co-conspirator 2 through 5 and 2 through this, co-conspirator 3 is Vonnie. So I think they confuse people by calling them co-conspirators and then not calling them co-conspirators, saying their name. That's just what I think. Defendant Wilson, Jones, Lindsay, and Houston, and co-conspirator 2 would travel from Chicago, Illinois to Southern California via airplane to find, track, and kill TB. Defendant Grant, Wilson, Jones, Lindsay, and Houston. Hey, those ass reflexes killing me, y'all. Excuse me. And co-conspirator 2 would travel throughout Los Angeles County via cars procured by defendant Grant to find, track, and kill TB. Defendant Grant, Wilson, Jones, Lindsay, and Houston, and co-conspirator 2 will communicate via cell phone to coordinate logistics to find, track, and kill TB. Defendant Jones and Lindsay and co-conspirator 2 will fire multiple shots at TB, killing SR, who was a passenger in TB's vehicle. At direction of Banks, defendant Wilson would pay the bounty or monetary reward and or cause payment to be made for the killing of SR on behalf of co-conspirators known and unknown to the co-conspirators hired to kill TB. All right, look, right? The reason I wanted to read that is because I was thinking, sometimes in these situations, if everybody not out for self, a lot of times people is out for self. But if they thinking logically, right? And I'm talking about Vonnie, Boney, and DD. Dirk got to get out of this. If they thinking logically, Dirk have to get out of this. What good would it be if everybody go down? You understand what I'm saying? So, and the reason why I say that, right? Because if Durk goes down, where's the money coming from? We all probably get life sentences. Even though I told y'all a situation in my city, YGG Tay, he caught 25 years for a murder for hire. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna take y'all to that after this. But if we all get life in prison, right? They don't really have nothing on Durk. The only thing they got on Durk is a text message that say, "Don't use no names associated to mine." That's it. That's all they got. They don't got nothing else. You must be new over here, y'all. I got a whole lot of videos talking about Diddy case and speaking up for Diddy. But if everybody go down, including Durk, the money stops. We get life sentences. We don't have nobody on the outside to, take care of us, make sure we good. So the best possible scenario would be, yo, we got to get Durk out of this, which means either Vonnie or Didi gonna have to say, yo, I dropped the bag. I dropped the bag. Durk ain't have nothing to do with this. I dropped the bag. Because so far, unless people got to talking, but so far, it's only one person that knows about the inner workings. So it got to be somebody close to him. But it's only one person that knows about the inner workings. They're going to need another person to agree to those series of events. They're going to need at least one more person to say, yeah, Durk did drop the bag. Because if you got 5 people saying he didn't drop the bag and one person saying he did, that makes that one person less credible. Now, the feds are still rolling dice. They still go with that one person. We seen it in the O Block trial, which I think, like I said, I think Muwap case is going to get overturned. I think C-Thing case is going to get overturned because they didn't have no evidence on them boys. That's why they haven't been sentenced yet. Yeah, y'all. You got to keep Durk out of jail. Because if Durk come home, Durk can send us money. You feel me? Durk can take care of our families. So why would we let him go down? But that's if people thinking logically. If somebody got to bite the bullet. It's fucked up, yo, but you made mistakes. Yo, when you make mistakes, yo, sometimes you gotta take accountability. Prime example, on a lower level. We did a video and we was talking about Kevin Hart, right? And how Kevin Hart went through that. He got caught cheating on his wife. Y'all remember that? He got caught cheating on his wife. And the way he tried to get out of it was he threw his man under the bus. Say he was blackmailed. But in reality, he wasn't blackmailed. That's a person that's not taking accountability for his actions. These dudes fucked up. Durk ain't the one that fucked up. They fucked up by booking them flights. They fucked up by using OTF credit cards. So they got to take the accountability. I did it. I dropped the bag. It don't matter if he don't got the money. You understand what I'm saying? They gotta prove he don't got the money. And just because he don't got it in the bank, that don't mean he don't got it. I dropped the bid. I dropped the bread. And this is another thing. It never came out in these papers that it was $1 million bounty. But that's where this Lil Tim interview come into play. Now you understand what I'm saying? That's where the Lil Tim interview come into play. Because Lil Tim say he heard that it was $1 million on his head. Which means that it was $1 million on Quando Rondo head. Which means that Pop got killed because it was $1 million floating around. That's the theory. And by Lil Tim saying that, it gives the story that the feds is alleging on OTF credibility. Lil Tim dry snitch. And he's doing it like he don't know what he's doing. But I find it hard to believe that Tim don't know what he's doing, man. Yeah, I know in some of them southern places they're a little bit slower. Yo, but come on, bro. Quando Rondo, y'all from the same hood. Or at least friends. How was Quando Rondo able to do that interview with DJ Academics and run laps around him? But you up here with Vlad, and you just fucking spilling the beans. He's spilling the beans, man. I'm talking about the pot that overflowed beans everywhere. Lord Tim down bad for that. Yo, but what you mean they got? What evidence do they got, bro? TF? That's what I'm saying. What evidence do they have? They don't have strong evidence. Let's continue reading it. We might as well finish reading it. I know we read it before, but what evidence do they got? On or about the following dates and furtherance of the conspiracy and to accomplish this objective, defendant Banks, Grant, Wilson, Jones, Lindsay, and Houston, and co-conspirators 2 through 5, and others known and unknown, committed various overt acts in Los Angeles County, within the Central District of California and elsewhere, including but not limited to the following. Following the killing of Davon Bennett, on or about November 6, 2020, defendant Banks using coded language. What is coded language, y'all? What is coded language? That doesn't even say anything. See, y'all got to pay attention to what the feds do. They're doing it in Diddy case. They just throwing words out there that means nothing. What is coded language? Told defendant Wilson, co-conspirator 2, 4, and 5, and others that he would pay a bounty or monetary reward to anyone who took part in the killing of TB. On August 18, 2022, one or more co-conspirators, including defendant Banks and co-conspirator 4, learned that TB was visiting California and staying at a hotel in Los Angeles. On August 18, 2022, defendant Banks and Grant flew from Miami, Florida to Los Angeles, California on a private jet so that defendant Banks and Grant could help coordinate the murder of TB. On August 18, 2022, defendant Banks and co-conspirator 5 asked co-conspirator 2 to travel to Southern California later that day. On August 18th, defendant Banks recruited defendant Jones and Lindsay to travel to California. No, defendant Wilson, my bad. Defendant Wilson recruited defendant Jones, Lindsay to travel to California for the purpose of murdering TB and help facilitate such travel by, among other things, texting co-conspirator 3 biographical information about defendant Jones and Lindsay so that co-conspirator 3 could book flights to Southern California, specifically defendant Jones' name, date of birth, and a picture of defendant Jones' ID card, and defendant Lindsay's name, date of birth, and a picture of defendant Lindsay's ID card. On August 18th, 2022, defendant Banks texted co-conspirator 3, "Don't book no flights under no names involved with me." Yo, that is major, y'all. Do you know what the defense can do with that text message? Yeah, so we can only go by what they got, bro. I can't go off of anything else. All we can go off is what they giving us. And what they gave us so far is they didn't give us nothing. They gave us everything on everybody else. Only thing they gave us on Durk is a text message. That's it. And that text message can be split multiple different ways. That text message can be proof that I don't want nothing to do with this. It's just about how the defense team spin it. And then he got the high powered attorney. He got the boy that fucking guy name is NBA young boy lawyer. He can say a lot of things. That's what I'm saying. It's a lot that he can say. That's all they got on Durk is a text message, man. All this wire stuff, we is back. What it is. All this wire stuff is it's no proof of that. That's nowhere in the paperwork. Yo, but this the thing, TF. Them OTF credit cards, Vonnie is a verified user on that card. So it's not like that. It's not like that. All right, bet. It's not like that. That's Durk name on that card. Durk name on that card. Vonnie name on that card. And Durk. It's 3 people that's authorized users of that same card. So Dirk can say, yo, I don't know what the freak he do whatever he want with that card. All they got to do is provide history that shows that Vonnie uses this card however he want. He don't need Dirk permission. He used this card at will. He probably paid bills with this card. He probably buys his daughter or his kids clothes with this card. You understand? If they can prove that, I'm just saying, yo, it's not as strong as they want y'all to believe. That's why the case is moving so slow. Look how fast Diddy case is moving. Diddy case moving lightning speed. You heard me? We done had motion at the motion. We done had 3-4 bail hearings. This case is moving extremely slow because I think they still got a lot of investigating to do. If you think about it, TF, they wasn't even going to arrest Dirk. They wasn't going to arrest Dirk because Dirk wasn't even on the original indictment. They didn't arrest Dirk until Dirk decided to flee. So I think the plan was to get these guys that we know, see if we can crack one of them, because you're going to need somebody else to tell. Yo, but not, yo, that's what I'm saying, yo. If somebody, that's what I'm saying, somebody need to take the rap. Yeah, somebody got to take the rap. Shit, what the fuck you mean? I'd have fleed too. The fuck, my whole crew just got booked. Fuck you mean? I'd have fleed too. Yo, but that don't prove guilt, bro. Like, yo, I don't know, TF, yo, like, I done been, I done had serious cases, bro. Like, I know what strong evidence is and what's not. You feel me? Him fleeing doesn't, shit, the fuck? Y'all just locked up my whole crew for murders. And y'all said it was a murder for hire. Shit, the fuck you mean? Shit, I'd have fleed too. Or at least attempted to. Like, they're not gonna be able to use that argument and say, look, he tried to flee, he's guilty. Like, that's a weak argument, bro. That's not a strong argument at all. Yo, it's not illegal to catch flights to Cali. What's up, Kimmy? It's not illegal to catch flights to Cali. Yeah, straight up. Like, I'm just saying, yo, the case is not open and shut. It's not that. Like, if it was open and shut, yo, they'd have gave us more information than this. Like, why did they give us information on everybody else? Look, let's continue. They gave us information on everybody else except for Dirk. On August 18th, 2022, using the credit card ending in 2039, OTF credit card 1, co-conspirator 3 purchased airplane tickets for defendant Wilson, Jones, Lindsay, and Houston, and co-conspirator 2 to travel from Chicago, Illinois to San Diego, California that same day. On August 18th, 2022, co-conspirator 3 confirmed to defendant Wilson via text message that defendants Wilson, Jones, and Lindsay had the same airline ticket confirmation. On August 18th, defendant Wilson messaged a friend on Instagram, I'm on my way to LA. On August 18th, defendant Houston texted co-conspirator 3. On got clear, I'm 15 minutes away from the airport. On August 18th, 2022, defendant Wilson, Jones, Lindsay, and Houston, and co-conspirator 2 flew from Chicago, Illinois to San Diego, California via the airplane ticket procured by co-conspirator 3 using OTF credit card 1. On August 18th, 2022, defendant Wilson, Jones, Lindsay, and Houston, and co-conspirator 2 traveled toward Los Angeles County in a car to meet with defendant Grant. On August 18th, 2022, defendant Grant purchased 4 black ski masks from a sporting goods store in Los Angeles County using cash. And look, see, this is the thing about this evidence right here, right? Depending on when the snitch started telling, they might not have this on video. Let's say, all right, this is August 18th, 2022. Let's say the snitch started telling in February of 2023. This sporting goods store not gonna have that video no more. Like a lot of them stores use video and it just turn over. You know, it probably hold like 3 to 5 months and it turns over. That way they don't gotta keep replacing the video and shit like that. So there's a chance that this is not even on video. Depending on when they started telling. On August 18th, 2022, using the credit card ending in 1015, OTF credit card 2, defendant Grant rented a hotel room for the co-conspirators located in Los Angeles, California, the Universal City Hotel. On August 18th, 2022, in or around Los Angeles, California, defendant Grant met with the co-conspirators and provided defendant Jones and Lindsay and co-conspirator 2 with firearms. Like, they don't even know where the firearms came from. They just know Grant provided them, including a firearm that had been modified to operate as a fully automatic machine gun to kill TB. On August 18th, 2022, defendant Grant provided 2 cars for defendant. No, hold up. Defendant Grant provided 2 cars for defendants. What? How Grant provided cars for himself? Okay. Grant, Wilson, Jones, Lindsay, and Houston, and co-conspirator 2 to use to find, track, and kill TB. A white BMW sedan from a rental company in Los Angeles County, a white Infiniti sedan with fake license plate. On August 18th, defendant Grant, Wilson, Jones, Lindsay, and Houston, and co-conspirator 2 traveled in the BMW and the Infiniti to a hotel in downtown Los Angeles, California, where TB was staying, to find, track, and kill TB. On August 19th, using the BMW and Infiniti, defendant Grant, Wilson, Jones, Lindsay, and Houston, and co-conspirator 2 traveled to the downtown LA hotel where TB was staying to find, track, and kill TB. On August 19, 2022, using the BMW and Infiniti, defendant Grant, Wilson, Jones, Lindsay, and Houston, and co-conspirator 2 followed and tracked TB's black Escalade to a marijuana dispensary located on Flower Street in Los Angeles, California. On August 19th, using the BMW and Infiniti, defendant Grant, Wilson, Jones, Lindsay, and Houston, and co-conspirator 2 followed and tracked TB's black Escalade to a clothing store located on Melrose Avenue in West Hollywood, California. The below images show the BMW and Infiniti following the black Escalade in which TB and SR were passengers as the black Escalade traveled toward the clothing store. And see, look at this picture, y'all. When they start doing stuff like this, you got to be skeptical. Like, this picture is misleading. I always got to point this out because it's always new viewers. This picture is misleading, y'all. These are three pictures. This is a picture inside of a picture. So the BMW is back here. The Infiniti is back here. You don't see this car. This car is nowhere in this vicinity. They put this car there to make it look like that this car was actually tailing closer to this Escalade. That's dirty, y'all. When the feds do shit like that, you gotta, you know, look at them real close. That's dirty. This car is not in this picture. It's not in this picture. On August 19, 2022, using the BMW and Infiniti, defendant Grant, Wilson, Jones, Lindsay, and Houston, and co-conspirator 2 tracked TB's black Escalade to a gas station located on Beverly Boulevard in Los Angeles, California. On August 19th, defendant Houston drove the Infiniti to an alley behind the Beverly gas station and parked the vehicle so that defendants Jones and Lindsay and co-conspirator 2 could attempt to murder TB. At the Beverly gas station, defendants Jones and Lindsay and co-conspirator 2 used the firearms procured by defendant Grant, including a fully automatic firearm, to shoot at TB's car, striking and killing SR, who was standing next to TB's car while TB was inside. The images below show defendant Jones and Lindsay and co-conspirator 2 firing their guns at TB's black Escalade. didn't see nobody over that bitch. It must already ran or jumped in the car. That truck probably was bulletproof. Probably tried to jump back in that bitch. Mm. On August 19th, in the Infinity, driven by Defendant Houston, Defendant Jones and Lindsay, and co-conspirator 2 fled the alley behind the Beverly gas station after the co-conspirator shot and killed SR. On August 19th, 2022, Defendant Grant, Wilson, Jones, Lindsay, and Houston, and co-conspirator 2. See, Dirk is not even involved in none of this. Traveled to a hamburger restaurant in Los Angeles County, where the co-conspirators discussed, among other things, payments to defendants Jones and Lindsay for the shooting earlier that day. These are the only two people that got paid or was getting paid. The two outsiders. Nobody else was getting paid. Just two people. On August 19th, 2022, using OTF credit card 1, co-conspirator 3 purchased airline tickets from San Diego, California. Airline tickets from San Diego, California to Chicago, Illinois for defendant Wilson, Jones, Lindsay, and Houston, and co-conspirator 2. August 19th, defendant Wilson, Jones, Lindsay, and Houston, and co-conspirator 2 flew back to Chicago, Illinois from San Diego, California. Hey, yo, that's all they had on Dirk, yo. Like, it was nothing. It was nothing in there, yo, that implicated Dirk, bro. Yeah, that's dirty, yo. They only do that. They doing that shit to Diddy right now. They only do that when they don't have a strong case. You know, they trying to trick people into believing. Because when I first, it took me a while. Just by looking at that picture, it took me a while to realize, like, hold up, yo. Why they do this? Why the fuck did they put this picture together like this? And make it seem like that the cars is right behind them? Yo, what if we find out in court, right? What if they find out in court that because if they had more pictures, I think they'd have used more pictures. Because we see it in the old block. They show pictures traveling all the way down the highway. All the way to motherfucking just the same feds. All the way down the highway. All the way to Gold Coast. They gave us pictures showing everything. This indictment only gave us one picture. And in that picture, what if you find out in reality, once we see the real video, that the BMW and the Infinity was 2 miles behind the Escalade? What if we find that out? What if there's no video of them leaving the scene? Like, these are things that we don't know. I just think, yo, in the best possible scenario, if I was one of them guys, and I'm thinking, you know, logically, you know, sometimes it's hard people to think logically in that situation. But if I'm thinking logically, yo, I would be like, yo, we got to get Dirk out of this. Because if we all go down, we all lose. You trying to find, in this type of situation, you trying to find a win. If we all go down and Dirk come home, that's a win. That's a win. Because now my family going to be straight forever. You feel me? He's a multi-millionaire. My family, he can do more for my family than I could. They might not. I'm just saying, if that would be the best possible scenario. The best possible scenario would be either DD, Vonnie, or what's the other one name? DD, Vonnie, and Boogie. One of them take the case and say, yo, I dropped the bread. I dropped the bread. It wasn't Dirk, it was me. And now they would have to prove otherwise. Prove that it wasn't me. You feel me? Prove that it wasn't me. I dropped the bread. I'm standing on it. It's Scotty Strickland, yo. People get locked up. Diddy locked up right now without evidence. What you talking about? Diddy is locked up right now without evidence. That's what I'm saying. Why everybody saying Vonnie the rat? Well, Diddy need to take the case. But see, that's what I'm saying. Even let's say even if Vonnie is the rat, they're gonna need somebody to corroborate his story. It's hard to convict with one. It's hard to convict for a murder with one witness or one person telling. They're gonna need somebody to corroborate Vonnie's story. If nobody else corroborates Vonnie's story isn't that strong. Especially if Didi say I did it. No, hell no. It ain't no evidence on Diddy. Y'all see, y'all must be new over here, yo. See, we read all paperwork. So a lot of times, my take's gonna be different than everybody else's because we read all the paperwork. Like we don't paraphrase, we read everything. Because he was already doing right by him. Why would he stop? That's the same thing my man said. Why we that's his character. Why would he stop doing right after these motherfuckers then made the ultimate sacrifice for him? Shit. He was doing right without somebody taking a case like this. You think he ain't gonna do right afterwards? I find that hard to believe. I find that hard to believe. I'm just saying, yo. I think that's the best possible scenario. Everybody wins. Even in the loss. That's what I'm saying, yo. Even in the loss, yo, you gotta find a win. Right now this is a loss. The only way we can win is if Durk make it out. It's the only way we can win. Other than that, we all lose. Other than that, we all lose. What you talking about? Durk tested Vonnie and said, "Don't book no flights." Yeah, but we don't know if he told him that. We don't know if that was said, or if Vonnie told the feds that. They could have did the investigation and pulled everybody iClouds, because they did pull Durk iCloud account. They could have pulled everybody information and saying that text message. Yeah, I know they said that. Yeah, they could have pulled everybody information. I know that, bro. That don't mean Vonnie told. That don't mean Vonnie told them that. The feds could have got that information on their own. Now it's possible he told, because I believe somebody close to Durk definitely told. It's one of his people in his inner circle told. I probably passed it. I ain't ready to go. I'm not ready to look for that shit. Yeah, it's definitely one of them. Unless somebody else is not named in the indictment. But I think everybody's named. I think they just using these co-conspirators. Only person not named is the dude in Cali. Here you go. Oh, no, that's not it. Here you go, right here. On August 18th, defendant Banks texted co-conspirator 3, "Don't book no flights under no names involved with me." Yeah. But that don't mean Vonnie told him that. Now Vonnie could have very well possibly did tell him that. But the feds could have got this information by investigating. That's the thing, yo. These people not stupid, yo. Like a lot of people be moving like, yo, these agencies, yo, they do investigations, real live investigations, yo, and they spend a lot of money to do it. They stay up a long time and they will spend hours on hours trying to solve these cases. So you can't play like they dumb. You know what I mean? Like these people ain't stupid at all by a long shot. Like they put the work in. And if they put the work in, they're gonna stumble across shit. Yeah, but see, real, this is the thing. They could all be very well guilty, but you got to prove it. And see, this is the thing, yo. Y'all got to understand, yo. Even though they all locked up together, guilt is found individually. You know, so they all locked up together, but the case on, we all on the same case, but his case might be stronger than his case. You understand? The case on me might be weak. The case on you might be strong. Only way the case on me gets strong is if you tell on me. You feel me? So it's been situations where everybody go down and 2 people will get off, not guilty. And they was just involved, but they just didn't make the same mistakes you made. It can go like that, y'all. Connor did an interview with a Crip dude. I think it might be. I think Big, you might have put them together for real. You know, I started that Brick Baby theory. TF, you was over here. You know, that theory started over here, and then Whack 100 took it and ran with it. But my new theory, right, is that I still believe that Brick Baby. Once he said what he said on No Jumper. Once Brick Baby said what he said on No Jumper, it gave the police information that they was looking for.
I'm Noel Honig,
and since he had a documented connection to Durk, I think he was able to secure a warrant after that. I think they raided Brick Baby house. They found that chopper, because LAPD broke this information, not the feds. LAPD is the ones that got this information. So by Brick Baby doing what he did, they hit his house. Brick Baby told. Then they went to who Brick Baby told on, and then they told on Durk and them. That's what I think happened.
I'm a director and a designer.
That's what I think happened. I think a lot of them co-conspirators that's not named are from California. Because you're going to need a California connection to do something like that. So yeah, they got Lord Tim.
Address? Okay. Could you go ahead and take your seatbelt off and step out of the car for me, sir?
Hey, Real Clips. Matter of fact, before I get to Lord Tim, let me show you something. Hey, Real Clips. I was locked up for murder before, bro, twice on the same case. Like I'm not your average YouTuber, bro. All right, my video's at the top of the algorithm, huh? That's what's up. I ain't even looking for my video. No, but what I'm explaining to you is I kind of have a good understanding of the criminal justice system, bro. I know what strong evidence is. I know what weak evidence is. Like, you know, I read up on my case, y'all. I got hundreds of pages of discovery. Hundreds of pages. Why the fuck you can't find this shit? So look, let me show y'all something for the out of towners.
And federal agents make big moves in Baltimore City to get criminals off the streets.
Prosecutors say 6 gang members are indicted on a wide range of charges, including murder, and a man is sentenced for a string of carjackings.
It comes nearly 4 months after state leaders announced a plan to fight crime in Baltimore.
This Al Capone model of prosecution is designed to take violent people off the streets by any appropriate legal means necessary.
Fox 45's Alexa Ashwell will take a closer look at the crackdown on carjackings in just a few minutes.
Our team coverage begins with Jeff Abel and the charges facing the alleged gang members. Jeff.
Well, this sweeping indictment goes straight to the core of the Black Guerrilla gang family. And it is a family with a very strict code of conduct that can be lethal to anyone who fails to comply. Investigators say the Black Guerrilla family has been terrorizing city streets for almost a decade. And according to federal prosecutors, the highly organized gang has brought guns, drugs, and death to an already violent city.
The Black Guerrilla family is singularly the most significant threat to public safety in Baltimore for the past decade or longer.
A federal indictment unsealed today charges 6 men associated with the gang with 6 murders, 11 shootings, and any number of attempted murders and robberies. And among those charged is Baltimore rapper YGG, whose name is Devontae Harrison. According to the indictment, Harrison partnered more than a decade ago with a BGF member and began supplying heroin and cocaine to street-level drug shops in Baltimore City. And when a customer failed to pay his drug debt, prosecutors say Harrison supplied the BGF member with $10,000 and a gun, which the BGF member used to shoot the man to death. On another day, prosecutors say defendant Barack Olds shot and killed a neighborhood drug trafficker while she was pushing her infant daughter in a stroller. The reason? She failed to obtain permission from BGF.
They are ruthless, they are organized, they are cunning, and they are too often 2 steps ahead of law enforcement.
This summer, a new violent crime reduction unit was created to get 1 step ahead of violent criminals.
Violence has been at
The only target for federal authorities. Fox,
if found guilty, could put them away
from guidelines. You know that that's going to send a clear signal that this violence is not going to be tolerated.
All 6 defendants are charged tonight with federal racketeering and conspiracy charges which, if found guilty, could put them away for life. We're live tonight, Jeff Abel, Fox 45 News.
Jeff, thank you. Gangs aren't the only target for federal authorities. Fox 45 News learned the former Baltimore City Police Chief of Fiscal Services pled guilty to a federal wire fraud.
Some that investigators say ended in shootings. Murphy was convicted of murder and 2 other cases of attempt.
In order to bet Fox 45's Alexa Ashwell, and now a push for more federal involvement in these kinds of cases in order to better ensure consequence.
A crime of opportunity.
So YGG had 6 murder for hires. 6 of them. I don't know why the news ain't giving me the article I'm looking for. Hold on. $25 years. $25 years. Baltimore rap YGG, whose real name is Devontae Harrison, was sentenced to 25 years in federal prison after pleading guilty to allegedly paying $10,000 to a member of Black Guerrilla family to kill a man. That's all he got, man. He got 25 years, man. Yeah, it's a lot of time. But it ain't what it ain't. And he was locked up. He was locked up on 6. He was locked up on 6 murder for hire charges. 6 of them. Baltimore rapper YGG, whose real name is Devontae Harrison, was sentenced Tuesday to 25 years in federal prison after pleading guilty to allegedly paying $10,000 to a member of the Black Guerrilla family to kill a man. Harrison, 29, of Baltimore, was charged with 1 count racketeering conspiracy, and he was in on a RICO by the United States District Court of Maryland for his role with the gang to sell heroin and cocaine in Baltimore City. Harrison was previously sentenced to 15 years on drug and gun charges in November 2021. His most recent sentence will run at the same time as the former one. In a previous trial, prosecutors framed Harrison as a calculated high-level dealer who was careful about his movements and slipped up in November 2019 when agents went to serve a search warrant on him and found drugs and a Glock handgun from the extended magazine. His defense attorney told jurors that while he was caught with a gun and drugs, there is no evidence that he was part of a distribution conspiracy. In the most recent case, Harrison admitted to being involved with BGF between 2014 and 2016 to sell heroin or cocaine to street-level drug shops in Baltimore City. On June 18, 2014, Harrison paid a BGF member $10,000 and gave him a gun to kill a man. They owed him money for drugs he supplied on consignment, according to the plea agreement. Yeah, they ain't mark him up. He ain't die in prison. Like I said, he was originally locked up for 6 murder for hires. 6 of them. Dirk only be implicated in 1. No. Look, 6 murders, 11 shootings, and several other attempted murders. So it ain't what y'all think, man. It ain't what you think, man. The feds ain't got a case, man. They be willing to play ball, depending on how strong the case is.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Mary Bubala.
And I'm Kai Jackson. Federal agents make big moves in Baltimore City to get criminals off the streets.
Prosecutors say 6 gang members are indicted on a wide range of charges, including murder, and a man is
Violent people off the streets by
fight crime in Baltimore.
Well, this sweeping indictment goes straight to the core of the Black Guerrilla gang family.
That's the same one we just watched.
It is a family with a very strict code of conduct that can be lethal to anyone who fails to comply. Investigators say the Black Guerrilla family has been terrorizing city streets for almost a decade. And according to federal prosecutors, the highly organized gang has brought guns, drugs,
this
and
is the
death
phase, bro.
to an
The phase is universal, TF.
already violent city.
The Black Guerrilla family
It's not
is
no Baltimore, it's the
singularly
phase.
the most significant threat to public safety in Baltimore for the past decade or longer.
A federal indictment unsealed today charges 6 men associated with the gang with 6 murders, 11 shootings, and any number of attempted murders and robberies. And among those...
Yo, I didn't say there was no evidence. I was saying the case isn't strong as you think. That's what I'm telling you. The case isn't strong as you think. Because I know what strong cases look like. Know what strong cases look like? Having multiple witnesses. Multiple, I'm talking about first-hand witnesses, not hearsay. I'm talking about multiple first-hand witnesses. Having motherfucking firearms. Having fingerprint evidence. Having video evidence. They don't have none of that on Dirk. Now on Vonnie, DD, he might be strong on them. But on Dirk, all they have is a text message. That's all they have. They have a text message and they have a person saying that Dirk orchestrated a hit, but that's just one person. And you see Max B get that time back. Max B ready to come home. I covered Max B case. Max B got well over sentence. I bet Max B gets some money. I bet he sued the shit out them motherfuckers because his case ready to get overturned. Max B ready to come home. I covered Max B case. Yes. Hey, I don't know what type of shit you want, real clips. You telling me he still did a dub. I'm talking about strong evidence versus weak evidence. Regardless if he still did a dub, the case was fugazi. He should have never got that much time. Never got that much time. Max B might have a motherfucking lawsuit against the federal government for the shit that they did to him. Might have a lawsuit. But I just wanted to show y'all a similar case. And Max B ain't got Dirk money either. Max B was geeking for real. We'll see, y'all. I'm just saying, y'all. These blogs telling you that, oh man, he's done, man. Da-da-da-da-da. I don't know if that's the case, man. Old Block Boys ain't even done. I was telling y'all that the whole time. Go look at the videos. Max B ain't snitched. What's called lying. Wack 100 lying. Max B ain't telling nothing. He lying. I don't know why. Y'all, I told you, y'all, if you follow Wack 100, y'all, Wack 100 agenda.
Thank you for calling Penny.
Wack 100 is on the agenda. And his agenda is to uplift rats and expose people to be rats that you might thought was silent. That's Wack 100 agenda. No, I got the paperwork. That's what you talking about. I got the paperwork. They ain't got shit. Max B ain't telling nobody, man. Now, y'all gotta stop coming over here, yo, with different information, man. Cause I'm the most credible guy on YouTube. If it ain't come from me, I don't want to hear it repeated from anybody else. All they do is steal from me anyway. Look at the title. Max B. Wack 100 is lying on Max B. Now, he probably believe that shit. People, we back. Station Wingate, all right, Wingate pulled up but $1,000 of his cash as well as his wallet, jewelry, and car keys under the plastic liner of a trash can. He hid the remaining $1,000 under his bed mattress and then went to bed while Neves showered. The crimes were committed in the room later that morning. These are the facts of the case, y'all. All this came out in court. Yeah, I ain't gonna keep going. If you wanna watch that video, go check it out if you want the truth about Max B case. Wack 100 lying. Wack 100 has an agenda, y'all. His agenda is to make solid guys look weak. Why you think? Like, how is the same guy, right? Think about this. The same guy that hangs with Troy Avenue, certified rat. What's up, Nate? He managed Troy Avenue. Oh, now he buy back. Man is 6'9". Man is 6'9", another certified rat. But he tells you Tax Tone is a rat. He tells you Tax Tone is a rat. Tax Tone ain't told on nobody. He tells you BG is a rat. He tells you Bootsy is a rat. He tell you all these guys that took accountability for their time is a rat, but yet he manages rats, real rats, the people that really got people in trouble. Wack 100 is on an agenda, and that's one of his agendas, and his other agenda is to push money over morals. That's what Wack 100 is here to do. All you gotta do is pay attention to him. Wack 100 agent. I'm on his ass. So this is Lord Tim police video, y'all.
Hey, Maris, you on Alpha 6 though? I was on Charlie 7, we're scanning. What's up? We can go to Charlie 7.
Yo, real clips. Tax Toll did not write a letter to the judge telling on Troy Ave. Yo, everybody on YouTube just need to follow Keep It G News, y'all. Yo, these blogs are lying to y'all, man. They lying. Yo, that letter that Tax Tone wrote was a letter for bail reconsideration. That's all it was. And at the time, the facts of the case was Troy Avenue, Troy Avenue, Troy Avenue. Those are the facts of the case. And you don't tell your lawyer what to write. Like, that's what I'm saying. Yo, Wack is a slime ball, yo, because he got 75 people sharing his message. So once it get out there, it's out there. And his voice is loud. So people tend to believe the loud person. Even though in reality, the loud person is normally the snitch. But people tend to believe the loud person. So if he said enough and you hear it on multiple platforms, it's like if you tell a lie enough, it becomes the truth. You understand what I'm saying? So by him saying that on multiple platforms, Tax Tone a rat, people start to believe it. Tax Tone ain't no rat. That was a letter for bail reconsideration. That letter had no burns on anything happening to Troy Ave. Nothing. Like, at all. Nothing in that letter could have got Troy Ave in more trouble or less trouble. Troy Ave told because Troy Ave got caught with 2 pistols. The man did a year for 2 pistols as a convicted felon in New York. What you mean? And he testified. He didn't have to testify because it was other people there. The truth will reveal itself. The truth will reveal itself. Yo, I'm gonna show you the video, and then you can watch it on your own time. Cause right now we ain't even on that. So I'm gonna show you what the video is. Like, Wack 100 is on a mission, man. I'm trying to tell you. He's on a mission. He's trying to damage anybody's name with credibility. Because, yo, Wack 100 is pushing a lot of bullshit into the community. I don't know if y'all notice it or not. Wack lying about Tax Tone letter. Here's the truth. Tax Tone letter to the judge. Look how long ago I did this. Oh, shit, my bad. Tax Tone letter to the judge, May 15, 2023. Again, I had to remind people. Wack 100 lying about Tax Tone. Here's the truth. July 28th, 2024. Man, come on, y'all. Subscribe to the channel, Reels. You must not be subscribed. Or you must have watching our videos. Yeah, the letter's in the video. The letter in the video.
Sarge, you on Charlie 7?
The Lord Tim got pulled over for a pistol. I think he might have been, he was in Georgia somewhere. Yeah, I missed the part.
No, you're good. Okay. No reason for it, okay? If it's less than less than an ounce, dude, you're gonna get cited and be on your way, okay?
Have you ever tried to visit a website only to have like... how dirty these police is. In the process of them badgering Lord Tim for a traffic violation, gunshots went off.
You got anything on your person? Do you have anything on you or in the... Could you go ahead and take your seatbelt off? Step out of the car.
He was in Savannah.
Face the vehicle for me. Mr. Weeks, do you have anything on you or in the car or anything like that, man?
Look.
So right now,
Gunshots just went off. Them motherfuckers stopped what they was doing and still bothering Tim.
Okay. You're not under arrest.
Pretty sure we got gunshots up
You're just being detained right now, okay?
Central. Like, per shot by the couple.
They detaining me.
Charles Williams, we'll get something.
What you mean, trash, though?
Take the gun.
You got the gun?
No, we're taking the gun. Just watch the,
Oh, alright, okay.
Take the gun. No, we're taking the gun because he's got a bond for it. Part of his bond condition.
I think Lord Tim is actually a good kid, yo. Like, that's why he handled that King Von. Like, he ain't really do a whole lot of dissing. Because I don't even think Shorty character. Like, I don't think Lord Tim no killer or nothing like that. Because the way he allowed Vlad to trick him on that platform, it just says green to me. Like, Shorty's so green, he blue. You heard me? Like, I don't, like, he's not like a Quando Rondo at all. Yeah, he a good kid, man. He a good kid. I'm mad he let Vlad do that to him, though. I am mad about that. Look, like, he don't got no anger. I'd have been leaning on them motherfuckers. Like, yo. like, you know, I don't know. And I don't even be, you know me, I be chilling. But it's just something about police, yo. I don't know. I just don't fuck with them.
Did he explain it to you?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm humble
Just
too.
I'm seizing your firearm because we're still on bond. Okay.
I just think he a good kid, man.
Okay.
Look in his eyes and tell he a good kid.
Does that firearm belong to you or does it belong to somebody else?
It's my friend.
It's your friend's? Okay. So whenever your friend, whenever it gets released, he's got to bring the paperwork of original purchase or the proof of ownership for that block, okay?
Look,
I think you up for the
during eye contact, Shorty, he a good kid, man.
Okay. Be careful driving. All right. Any question you, Sharice?
How would he know when it's released?
Can you get the friend's name? I'm not actually going to need all that stuff because he's the owner.
I don't know. I have it and stuff, but I was going to ask someone if he wants me to do that. It's not wrong, I just want to make sure.
Can you pull a case report number? I did. Can we give him the CO? We'll just give you a case report.
It was really kind of messed up, yo. King Von put them in that situation, yo. Like that, yo. That night ruined so much, yo. And it's crazy, yo. Everybody running with my take, yo. But yo, King Von, yo, really fucked over everybody, yo. Like, that shit is like, damn. And my man Han was talking about this shit earlier. It's like, yo, Dirk, right? And I talked about this before, but yo, Dirk is the epitome of what you want from a street guy when they make it out the hood. You know, a lot of people get flack for not taking nobody with him. Dirk literally tried to bring everybody with him that he could, man. But that's, you know, that's the wrong way to go about it. You know, I already talked about that was Dirk's problem. He was too involved. But he tried, yo. And the same people he brought with him came back to bite him in his ass. You feel me? But King Von, yo, it's just fucked over everything. Because King Von was one of them guys, yo, that if you was going to fuck with him, you got to fuck with him from a distance. You can't bring King Von into the family, you know. You gotta feed him with what my man Soy Slim used to say. Feed him with a long handled spoon. King Von gotta be fed with a long handled spoon. And him getting too close took everybody down. Everybody, yo, like yo, so many people was affected, yo, behind King Von's inability to separate from the streets. And I don't blame him for not being able to separate from the streets because he didn't have money long enough, you know. So I ain't saying that, you know. But it just goes to show you, yo, everybody can't go, yo. And that's why I did that video. If y'all ain't see that video, check it out. I was the first one that originally told people, yo, it was King Von's fault. And then it took the internet. Nobody mentioned me. Y'all know how that shit go for the people that follow the channel. But it's just like, damn, shorty. Like, how you fuck everybody over? You feel me? Like, how do you fuck everybody over, yo? Quando Rondo, Lord Tim, Slutty, Louie, Dirt, Vonnie, Boney, Dee, C-Thing, Muwap, Kenny Mac, what's the other nigga name? Carlos Alford, I don't know his nickname. Like, god damn, shorty. Like, that shit vicious, yo. Quando Rondo. I think this whole situation took Quando Rondo back to the streets. This whole situation took Quando Rondo back to the streets, man. Because he couldn't do no shows, yo. You gotta make money. Especially when you done built a lifestyle that's expensive. I think, yo, King Von was who he was, yo. I think King Von would have been okay dying in the streets. Like, King, yo, it's people like that. You know, believe it or not. I think King Von was one of them guys. He was okay dying. King Von would have been okay spending life in prison. But you can't have those guys. When you try to move on a straight and narrow like Dirk was moving at one point, yo, you can't have those guys that's okay with dying in the streets with you. You can fuck with them, but you gotta fuck with them niggas third party. Duck. Forgot about Duck. I mean, Duck is, like, he just ruined so many people's lives, yo. Like, this shit is fucking crazy, bro. It's crazy, yo, that after 4 or 5 years of him being killed, it's still a domino effect. It's 4 years later, yo, it's still a domino effect of King Von's decision making. And I'm not saying, like, King Von was a good dude. Like, I don't say he no Damon. King Damons don't try to build motherfucking rec centers for the kids in the neighborhood. That's not Damon activity. King Von just was a product of his environment. He was one of the worst. No, the environment breeds King Vons. Like, I know King Vons personally. My brother was a King Von before he got killed. You understand what I'm saying? But yo, he just wasn't ready to. He just wasn't ready. You know, I think Dirk, yo, if he supposed to molded King Von a little bit more. You know, like, yo, this is the industry, yo, this is how we move. And the minute that he's saying, Dirk was supposed to cut King Von off after the first incident. The first incident, the Atlanta shooting, and he might have did cut him off. But you can't cut him off and then ride for him. You feel me? Like, Dirk just shouldn't have, like, it's just shit. It's just crazy, yo. Like I said in that video I did, yo. It comes a time in your life, yo, when you gotta realize, yo, that I can't jump out the window like I would have when I was a teenager, or I would have in my early 20s. I'm 30. I got my girl depending on me. I got my kids. I got my brother's kids. I got, you understand? Like, you got so much depending on you, bro. You can't throw that away because King Von wanted to crash. And the guys around you, if they didn't understand it, fuck them. Yo, this is what it is, bro. He did it to himself. He did it to himself. It's a fucked up situation, yo. He could have, James. Yo, the beef. I talked about it at TF. Y'all know I did a video explaining this whole situation. Like, the biggest misconception, right now with this whole situation is that it started over a girl. This shit didn't start over no girl, man. This shit started because King Von was clout chasing. King Von wanted young boy's spot. Typical, and I'm getting to this. This the Chicago mentality. King Von wanted young boy's spot. Young boy was the realest young nigga out back then. He had the influence, he had the money, he had the cars, he had everything that King Von thought he deserved. Because King Von, in his mind, I'm the real shooter. Young boy's a bitch. Even though young boy, he get active too, but on his own right. He wasn't, it was different. But they both, did things in the streets. But I think, King Von wanted young boy name. He wanted young boy image. And if he had to beef with young boy, just to show the world that, y'all think he the man, but it's really me, he'd have did that. And then the girls just got mixed into it, The girls just was a pawn in the game. You understand? It was a game of Monopoly, a game of chess, and the girls was pawns. But that wasn't the root. The root of it was King Von thought young boy was a bitch, and I'm gonna show the world that he's a bitch, and I'm the killer. That's what it was. He did, yo. I don't think we ain't seen nobody like young boy since Michael Jackson. Like, I ain't never in my life, other than Michael Jackson, see a person have that much influence. Like, young boy had so much influence. That's why I think the fans grabbed him. I think the fans grabbed young boy because he was too powerful. He was too powerful, y'all. We got to get him. You feel me? We got to get our hands on this boy, yo, because he is too fucking powerful. You got kids trying to walk like him, talk like him, dress like him, act like him, rap like him. Like, yo, that was crazy. That whole young boy shit, why be better was all the, you don't see that shit no more. And I think the fans like, man, if we don't get a hold of him, he's going to become a problem. Because you got to look at it like this. Young boy was using his influence for negativity, right? What if he switched? What if one day he decided to switch? That's a problem. That can break down the American, motherfucking economic structure. If young boy was to wake up one day and say, man, I'm ready to stop leading my followers down to motherfucking hell. I'm ready to switch it up. Feds like, man, fuck that. We gonna get his ass. And I think they got him. Yeah, that's what it was. It wasn't over no girl. That shit was over Vaughn thinking, I'm more authentic than you. I'm who people think you are. And that's all it was about. Typical Chicago mentality. But so y'all know for a while I've been calling out these blogs, right? And I showed y'all the conversation that I had with On a Couch TV about him interviewing kids, kids with firearms, kids, drill rappers. And I showed y'all what he told me, So I didn't show y'all the other part of the conversation. When Q50WLIL50 died and I hit him, I say, damn, shorty. Y'all getting motherfuckers killed, huh? Let me see how I find it. And his reply was, you really on my dick? Nah, nigga, you's a bitch. Right on your motherfucking dick, nigga. You's a bitch. You need to be called out for it. Because I don't like or respect what these platforms are doing to these young boys in Chicago, man. And I ain't even from Chicago. But I don't know, yo. I might be fighting an uphill battle, but I'd rather fight it than ignore it. You know, when I see the problem, and I see the issues, and I see what's going on. Yo, y'all make sure y'all check out that video I just dropped too, y'all, on TK. Just dropped the video on TK. Where the fuck is that conversation at? It shouldn't be this far down. I ain't that far down. I'm trying to show y'all what I said to y'all. So he wound up blocking me, like on some sucker shit. Niggas really be blocking niggas. Like, niggas crazy as a motherfucker, boy. Fuck y'all find these niggas at. That's why I think they be plants. Like, they, grown men really block other. Oh, here you go. Grown men, they really block other grown men. All right, so. All right, so you see he called me a goofy. You a goofy. He died before the video came out. Cause I hit him and said this. Man, videos out here getting niggas killed now, huh, man? Y'all niggas terrible, man. That shit fucked up, shorty. So that's what I told him. And yo, yeah. So that's what I told him, man. Your videos out here getting niggas killed. That shit fucked up, shorty. And he called me a goofy and said he died before the video came out. No, and I say, nigga, no, you was a goofy, nigga. Fuck is you talking about, goofy ass nigga? I never put a motherfucking camera in some teenager's face holding guns, nigga. Fuck is you talking about, a goofy nigga? So I sent them this. And I said, this is funny to you, yo.
Hey, this is what he did on the camera.
No, he think that is hilarious.
Hey, this is what he did on the camera.
Look, this we uploaded on this platform. Bloodhound Jeff Apps react to how reenacting how he passed away during the shootout. Like, why would you add that, my nigga? Yo, it's just a matter of time, y'all. Just mark my words. Remember I said this. It's just a matter of time for one of these blog sites playing the middle, get their head cracked open. Watch. Because eventually, even though they ignorant, eventually in Chicago, they're going to realize that, yo, these guys are playing the middle. These guys are stirring up beefs. Look at this, though, y'all. Woman passes away after taking a fake pill. 20 years old, y'all. Yo, people gotta stop taking them fake pills, man. But look at this. So this is Q50WLIL50 funeral. Young kid, yo, 15 years old in that casket, man. This is man. Lil Shorty, fully chopped.
You and go back to your seat.
Look.
Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all.
Devastated.
Thank you so much.
They don't even want to look into the casket, man.
You and go back to your seat. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much.
Shit's sad, man. Look at Shorty. That's his man. Hurt.
Thank you so much.
But yo, when is these blogs, right? When is these blogs gonna take accountability for Shorty dying, man? Yo, his death, and I think Lil Scoom's death, is because of them motherfucking platforms. It's because of them platforms, man. Said that shit pays. I bet he did. That same thing On the Couch TV said. But it's like, yo, see, all money ain't good money, yo. I don't want that money. I don't want that money, yo. Like that's blood money. You niggas over that bitch getting blood money, man. Because y'all, this the thing. And I said this in the video I did, the last video I did, because Q50WLIL50 killer ended up getting murdered too. And just yesterday, I was talking about how these Bloodhound, Trap City, that whole little thing they got going on out there. Yo, we wasn't hearing about no deaths. When did we start hearing about deaths, y'all, between that crew? When the raps start rising. That's when their friends started leaving. That's when their friends start dying. And that's the, you know, why is it always like that? Whenever they start getting interviews, whenever their raps start going up, they start dying off. Both sides, dying off. Because in Chicago, they're killing for clout. And when you interview these kids off of bad behavior, which is drill music is bad behavior. Dissing the dead is bad behavior. But you interviewing these kids based off of that. Yo, Q50WLIL50 didn't do enough musically to even have an interview. He didn't do enough. Shorty got probably 4 songs. His little man, other one, probably got like 4 or 5 songs. How did they get on your platform, bro? Bring them on a platform to talk about dissing. So in these environments, yo, it's like this. This is how it goes, right? This is how it goes. Say me and some of y'all, right? We from the same hood, right? We from the same neighborhood. We from the same block. And I ain't really been outside though. You feel me? I ain't been outside, but I got the rap talent. But I'm using y'all image. I'm using the outside image. But I ain't really, maybe I've been outside, but I ain't no, you know, I ain't one of them ones, if you understand what I'm saying. I just hang around. I'm just cool. You know, I fuck with the guys. So say I can rap. You feel me? Now y'all all in my videos and you understand? Y'all my guys. But I can rap. But I ain't really, you know, I'm dissing the dead. I'm dissing the dead off of things y'all done in the streets. Not what I actually did, but things y'all done. So I get called up for an interview. I'm on DJU TV. You feel me? I'm on DJU TV talking about beefs. Now, you ain't make it to the interview with me. So you watching the interview. Like, yo, why you up? That bitch bluffing. He ain't even like that for real. Now the animosity starts. Now the hate starts. Now the jealousy starts. It might have already been there, but now it just took it from here to there. Because now it looks like that you're moving up using my image. You understand what I'm saying? This is how this shit go. Using my image, using my work, but you're moving up. I ain't going nowhere. So what you do and what happens next? Next is, man, I'm gonna take Shorty gun. That's what they say. That's what they say Q50WLIL50 got killed for. I'm gonna take his strap. Cause he ain't even like that for real. I really want him to do something. But I ain't really got no reason to do nothing to him. So I'm gonna make a reason. And I'm gonna see what he do. All this is because though, this interview, Buckingham, what it is. Hey y'all, I hit you on Instagram, y'all. I wanted you to come up on here so we can talk. But I bring you on an interview. I mean, God dang, man, forget what the fuck I just said. Oh yeah, so I'm gonna take your strap next time I see you, cause you's a bitch. You feel me? Alrighty. So, cause you's a bitch, basically. I don't respect you. I don't like the fact that you're using the hood name to come up because you ain't put no work in this hood. I put in the work. So what do? I take your strap. I see what you're gonna do. Now what they saying is Q50WLIL50 got his strap took. He wouldn't go get another one. Now, I don't really think Shorty was like that. You know, if you look at that On the Couch TV interview, and I checked it for a minute. You know, I ain't watched it long. But you can tell which one of them kids is really like that and which one of them kids is following. So when you're dealing with kids, it's always going to be the ones that's really like that, and then it's going to be the followers. You know, I'm just there because these are my homeboys. These are the guys around my way. You know, I ain't really on the same shit they on, but I act like it. I act like it real good. You feel me? Because I got to act like it in order to hang. But the people that's hanging, they know this. So when Shorty come back, he come back pump faking. Give my gun back. Shorty kills him. And all this animosity was created off of these interviews. That's why it was created. It's created off of these interviews. Because in reality, say I'm the interviewer now. I'm paying $500. You know, $500. You'll come on my platform. I got $500 for you. You know, it's no fake Buckingham. Yo, you stupid as shit. How much? I got $500 for you. Now you know, because history has shown us that drill rappers don't have a long shelf life. Hey, Buckingham, if you still here, I wanted to highlight you about that video, yo. You did a good job with that, bro. Straight up. That's why I wanted to talk to you. But yeah, check it DMs. But so it's like, dang, I lost my fucking train of thought. Shit, I hate when I do that. All right, call it now. Let me make sure my phone on do not disturb. All right, go ahead, call it now. Call my Instagram. Cause I wanted to talk about that anyway. But yeah, yo, them boys out there getting them boys killed, man. And they don't even give a fuck because they making money off of it. Yo,
what's up, brother?
What it is?
Can you hear me good?
Yeah, I wanted to turn the screen around. Yeah.
How is everything, man? How's your day going?
Man, I can't complain. Chilling for real. Hey, I wonder, you did a good job, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, the conversation we had, I really took it to heart, and I really wanted to make it the least like perpetuating bullshit as much as possible. You know what I mean? Because you definitely held me accountable on stuff that that resonated with me. You know what I mean? And I do want to do better. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, and it still did the numbers.
Still did the numbers, bro. We edited out so much stuff that would have went crazy, but would have caused problems. But yeah, still did the numbers, bro.
I told you, yo. I told you, look, right? Because I was like, man, cause my people, I didn't even know you put it out. My people sent me, and I didn't even know, man, you had the conversation and shit. But he was like, yeah, you gotta watch that Brandon Buckingham shit. So I'm like, I go look at it. I see it's 16 minutes long. But I already knew that you had a whole bunch of, you know, footage. So I say, dang, he really listened, yo. That's what's up.
No, I really did, bro. I respect your opinions and everything. And like, at the end of the day, like,
people like you and people that are being critical of me in a constructive way and everything. Like, bro, I definitely take that to heart, and I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you not just writing me off and thinking I'm a piece of shit because of the dumb shit I've done, and giving me a chance and giving me wisdom, because that's really how we get better is we communicate and we take accountability and we try to get better,
Yeah, see, because that's the thing, yo. If see, some of these motherfuckers like Adam, they don't give a fuck. You feel me? But it's people that care, and it's like, you know how we always talk about ignorance. So in some aspects, going into that environment, you got a certain level of ignorance. So if you don't know, then how can you can't really hold a person accountable if they don't really know. So that's why it's always good to have those conversations. And I saying that you really took heed to some of the things that I was telling you, because it didn't come from a bad place.
For sure. And so how do you feel? I've been getting a lot of hate on Twitter. How do you feel about people that are mad that I didn't cooperate with police? Do you think I fucked up on that, or what's your take on that?
If you'd have cooperated, I don't think shit. The fuck they wanted you to do? Like, why was they mad? You didn't. It wasn't. It really wasn't your place to cooperate. You ain't from Chicago.
Yeah, like they were just saying that I'm making that. It's just another conversation. Oh, I'm making stuff worse. Oh, I should have cooperated. It's like it's a lose-lose. Like, you know what I mean? If I'm welcomed into their community, I feel like I gotta follow the rules and not, I'm going in there with a camera. I can't just go work with police at the drop of a dime because someone got shot.
Yeah, I don't think he was wrong for that. I don't think he was wrong for that. I mean, it's always gonna be naysayers. But at the end of the day, that's something they gotta handle. That's their problem. You ain't there no more. You feel me? But if you'd have cooperated, that'd have kept you in that area just a little bit longer. That's something you're trying to get away from.
And what good does that do for me? Just get someone arrested? I don't want to get nobody arrested.
And at the end of the day, yo, whatever's happening to them is gonna happen regardless. One of the realest things Quando Rondo said is sometimes you gotta let the earth handle it. And a lot of them times, yo, when people living like that, all you gotta do is wait them out. Matter of fact, I reacted to your video, and I was talking about.
Thank you for that. I appreciate you doing that, bro.
Yeah, straight up. And I was talking about how, like I'm watching them kids. I'm like, damn, yo, they. I don't know how long even one of them gonna last for real. It's really.
I swear to God, bro, I was trying to spend the conversation the whole time to positive shit. Like, I swear, you could see it in the video. Like, I was never asking any mixy questions, and it all just stirred back to fuck the ops and this and that. And I don't know. I was really trying a hard time to make any positive thing out of it,
But they chasing clout. One of the things you said that I highlighted, because I always talk about drill music being a shortcut, right? So one of the things I highlighted is you said that one of the rappers only been rapping for 4 months. And I say, yo, what other genre of music can you blow up in 4 months in? So that's why drill music is so alluring, because you don't really got to put the... If I come out tomorrow just dissing everybody, fuck this person, fuck that person, I probably go viral. You understand what I'm saying?
You will.
But with that viralness comes a lot of things with it, And what Shorty and them doing with this drill shit is they coming up fast, but it's like a ceiling. So and this is my biggest gripe with drill music. It's like, yo, it's like it's an illusion. It's an illusion, because where's the drill rapper? When was the last drill rapper that really got on?
We just saw Durk reach the heights of music fame, and then it all collapsed.
All collapsed. It did. And he was the biggest. He was the example. So who besides him? Like, I don't even really consider Chief Keef as, because I don't think Chief Keef was really one of them guys like that. You wouldn't probably understand, but I just think Chief Keef was a guy that lived around the neighborhood. He wasn't like a Dirt. He wasn't like a Lil Reese. He wasn't, you understand what I'm saying? It's a difference between guys. Because by now, everybody in the hood not on no, ain't on no tough shit. It's just people that live in the hood, and That's their friends. They hang with them. They cool with them. But they're not actively out there committing crimes. I don't think Chief Keef was doing that.
Nah, and then as soon as he got his money, he left Chicago and never came back.
And that's all. And look, I say that because the average 15-year-old, they ain't doing that. The average 15 or 16-year-old drill rapper that get notoriety, man, they not getting money and leaving. At the peak of my life, 15, 16, I got money now. So that just shows you that the mentality of Chief Keef, and show you that he wasn't really like the guys he was hanging around. That's why he's still here. So I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying it's a thing. You understand what I'm saying?
Nah, for sure. And it's also a hard dichotomy, a hard line to walk of, like, you know, you want to show love to the hood and where you came from, but you also want to, you know, make it out of the unfortunate circumstances that you were born into, you know?
Yeah, because you see, I was just talking about that before you came on. See, this is the problem, yo, that people make. It's two scenarios. So Young Thug problem was he didn't fuck with the guys he was hanging with. Basically, it was a situation where everybody was using each other. Thug used them for the YSL imprint, for the image of YSL. They used Thug for the notoriety, for the lifestyle. So that's why when they got locked up and they got arrested, everybody told, because there wasn't no real friendship. So then it's the Durk situation. Now, this is where Durk went wrong. Durk was too close to the streets. Like, yo, you really can't do anything positive and be in the streets. The streets gonna sink you. So Durk being who he is, right? And you know, where we come from, we always got this perception of, yo, if I get money, I'm bringing everybody with me. Well, at least I'm gonna bring the people I want. I mean, I can with me, you know. But what happens in that situation is, my camera not on, yo? What happens a lot of times in that situation is, you can't see me.
No, I'm just seeing me on your. I'm just seeing your computer and me on the screen.
Oh shit, my bad. So what happens in that in that dynamic is, you get too close to the streets, and when you get too close to the streets is gonna sink you. So I used the Yo Gotti, the Yo Gotti and Juk and all of them guys. So the rumor was, you know, people was trying to say that. Why the fuck? Oh shit, my bad. People was trying to say that Gotti had something to do with that shit, but we'll never know, because Gotti wasn't close to the streets. You always gotta have an intermediary. So the problem with Durk is he didn't have an intermediary. He was too close to the streets, as opposed to, you gotta build layers of protection, you know, because the streets will sink you. We seen it in a lot of different ways. So when you dealing with the streets, yo, it's like it's a very fine line that you gotta walk, because you can fall either way. Like talking about YSL, right? And I explained how the dynamic of their relationship was, yo, one of them guys would end up killing Young Thug, because what Young Thug was doing was, he'll use them when his benefits was torn, right? But then when they go to jail, he ain't got no bail money. He ain't got no bail money. He ain't got no lawyer money. He ain't got nothing for him. So eventually over time, yo, that creates hate. That creates jealousy. That creates envy. So if that relationship would have went longer than, you know, before it got ended by the RICO, if that relationship would have extended longer than that RICO, somebody on that YSL camp would end up hurting Young Thug. Guaranteed.
No, I think
Guaranteed.
that's facts. Yeah, it's true.
It you know, it always happened that way, yo. It's
and you got a lot of rappers that are hanging around people that their relationship is transactional. There's not a lot of loyalty, you know.
And that's basically what I'm saying. Thug and that relationship was with YSL. That's why, yo, you ain't never see a situation where a person got $1 million, $10 million, and his whole team fold on him. You feel me? Felucci, perfect example. You see how they carried it? They was real friends. You know, it wasn't that fake shit. That's why all them guys stayed silent, and they all took plea deals on the same day, because that's how you handle it when you got co-defendants. It's either we all going to trial or we all fighting. We can't have a situation where you copping out You going to trial. You copping out. You going to trial. Now the ones that's copping out is going to have to testify on the ones that's going to trial. That's the game. That's how it works. You know. That's why Felucci's situation is so important, yo, because them boys carried it how they were supposed to carry it, you know. And Dirk, it's sad to see Dirk go like that because Dirk really looked out for the guys, and that's what you want, yo. But at the same time, he just got too close, you know, just got too close, yo, and you're gonna lose in that situation.
It seemed like Dirk was trying to make some positive changes and trying to help the community and give back. You know what I mean? It does suck that he was caught up in some of that stuff allegedly. I personally hope he gets free and is able to go on that path he was on of, like, you know, promoting his religion and trying to stop the violence and stuff. I like that way, you know.
I think if Dirk Favre would have been around sooner, he probably could have got him, you know, on track a little bit faster. I think his father been out of his life his whole life, basically. So he probably always, you know, the guys was the most important thing to him. And I think slowly but surely his father was moving him away from that. Islam was moving him away from that. But sometimes your past come back and bite you, yo. Like it happened to me. You know, it happens to a lot of people, yo, when you've been doing things. And it's all alleged. Like I said, I hope Dirk get out of it. I just was talking about what the probably best scenario in that situation would be if one of them guys that's close to Dirk just take the charge. You know, just take the charge because it makes more logical sense to take the charge and let Dirk walk free because Dirk can look out for my family. Dirk can look out for me. Right? He the provider. So if we allow Dirk go down, we all lost. You got to try to find a win in this. You know, it's a bad situation, yo. And if I was involved in the indictment, if I go to prison for the rest of my life and Dirk get free, that's a win. Now, if I go to prison, Dirk go to prison, we lost. And you don't supposed to play the game to lose, you know, supposed to play the game to win.
Yeah, and like you said about like not having like a good male role model, that's something a lot of people in my community, like Carroll County, that have both parents and have really, really comfortable lifestyles where they're supported and everything. That's something that they don't understand. Mm-hmm. It's easy for them to judge in a nice house with two families supporting them, offering to pay for their college, and be like judgmental of people in the hood and be like, oh, look at these guys, they're pieces of shit, they're this. They don't know what they had to go through. You know what I mean? They had a lucky life. Like, to me, having both parents is one of the biggest privileges you could have.
It is.
Like these like I know kids in the hood, their mom's on drugs and their dad, they never met him. Like, how do you expect them to excel in life? You know what I mean? You can sit back and be judgmental all day, but you're not being empathetic at all because you're in a great situation in life.
You know, it's hard to see. That's the thing. It's hard to have that understanding when you don't come from it. It's not around you. Like my circle of friends, it wasn't no fathers around. It might have been 30 of us. Probably one person had a father and a mother in the household. Everybody else all raised by their mother, you know, because we came out I'm an 80s baby. And the 80s babies was really the fatherless kid era, you know, because a lot of the fathers got caught in the crack epidemic and mass incarceration. You know, that's when all that shit was going on. So it really wiped out a lot of our fathers and we was forced to, you know, fend for ourselves. And then you had the welfare. Like, it just was so much done to even make that thing even a reality, you know. Because a lot of people that don't know, they think it just happened overnight. Like black men just said, "No, I'm leaving my kids," but that ain't really what happened, yo. It was force fed to the community through Wall Street.
Yeah, there was. I believe, and I could be wrong. I believe governmental things were put into place to help break up the black family and the black community. I believe that. Mm-hmm. I could be wrong, but that's from my perspective. I believe that.
Nah, that's a fact. It's shit. The things done shows it was a fact, you know. It's a fact, yo. I don't know, you know.
And who's bringing crack into America? You saw the if you look at the numbers of like the double parent households in the black community before they brought crack into the community, it was much different. Yeah. So who's being held accountable for that? Because you could blame the community all day for doing crack. Who's bringing it in there?
Yo, I talked to a guy, and I think I told you this when we talked on one-on-one, but I talked to a guy that told me, you know, because I be asking questions like that about the crack epidemic and shit like that. Yo, his exact words was, yo, when crack hit the streets, it hit the streets like a bomb. I said, like a bomb? He said, man, like a bomb. He said, we ain't never seen nothing like it. you know, it just changed the whole dynamic of the community. And then it's like, once you introduce crack into the community, you bring guns into the community. Then once you bring crack and guns, you wait 5 years or 10 years later, you come back with stiffer laws on drugs. So it's like, yo, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, how are you gonna force drugs into the community? Get the community hooked on buying and selling. Then once you got them hooked, you stiffen the laws on the same drugs that you put into the community. Like it just, you know.
And then you're destabilizing households, and you're taking fathers and people away from their kids that need them, and it's all because of petty, stupid laws that it doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense if you analyze it, but like from a layman's perspective, it just doesn't make sense.
It makes sense if you're thinking about greed. If you don't care about people, you know, if you're looking at it, if you're just looking at it like, you know, on a greedy aspect, and this is a way we can monetize and we can, you know, because it's money and poverty, and this country is a business, you know, and sometimes, yo, the business motto might be opposite of the people's best interest, and it's just up to us as a community, yo, to notice these things ahead of time, you know, so we don't get caught in the next wave or the next, you know, because every 30 years or so they bring like the opioid epidemic. You understand? Like every 30 years they bring something into the hood to push the hood back another 10 years. That's just what they do.
Now they got the xylazine. Now they got this crazy fucking horse tranquilizer that they have in all of the cities and all the hoods that is rotting people's flesh and fucking them up. Where did that come from? The people that are bringing that in should be held accountable like that. You know what I mean? Who's doing that? I think it's our government.
I think so too. But look, I just was
not
talking.
to be conspiracy theory. That's not a conspiracy theory. That's allegedly. You know what I mean? But like that's what I think. Going around in all these cities and all these hoods, it's like these people aren't getting this shit themselves. Someone's giving it to them. I've heard stories of people telling me that they found crates of guns and ammunition just left on their block.
In Chicago, right?
Yeah. What is that?
Yeah, I know. That's crazy. That's crazy. Down happened in Baltimore, but I have heard that in Chicago, and that's been going on since the 80s. Since the 80s. Yo, but I remember, right? I was on live yesterday, and we was talking about Fetty Wap and how that just hit the streets. I remember, yo, you know, Baltimore always had a dope problem, heroin problem. You feel me? But I remember when you couldn't even sell Fetty Wap. Like, nobody wanted it. Everybody was scared of it. They didn't want no parts of it. And then it's like 3-4 months later, it went from I don't want it to that's all I want. And if you ain't got that in there, I don't want it. It was like, yo, what the fuck is this? Like, yo, now the shit that had the streets for 60 years is obsolete because it don't even exist no more. It's like they moved into WAP and took the other shit way out. Maybe it was too expensive to make. You understand? They moved into Fetty and took the original shit out. So it's not even, it's like obsolete. It's obsolete now. And it's like, how did that happen? We didn't bring this shit in. You feel me? It just, one day overnight, that shit just flooded the streets. And now the whole fucking community is on that shit.
Yeah, it's like when, I mean, I grew up in the era, because I'm 29, I grew up in the era where my friends were doing heroin and shit. And I mean, not to say that's good, but they were fine for years. Then the fentanyl comes in and everyone's dropping like fucking flies.
Dropping like fucking flies.
Shit is just twisted.
I just was showing a picture of this young girl, 20 years old, just died from a fake pill. Yo, them dudes, they better stop sniffing them motherfucking perks. I was just talking about them yesterday. That perk sniffing turned into dope sniffing, man. You feel me? You know, Baltimore, they've been doing that shit for years. You feel me? Sniffing perks, and a lot of them guys that were sniffing perks is now sniffing dope. So I was talking about them kids. I don't know their name. What's that? Drench City? What the fuck is the name of that group?
Q50, you've heard Drill City guys.
They're gonna be sniffing dope in the next 5 years if they don't stop sniffing them motherfucking perks.
Yeah. No, I hope they get that shit under control for sure, because it's a slippery slope, and you don't even know. Like the addiction manifests itself through the act of quitting. So you're doing that shit every day. You don't even know if you're addicted. Like they don't even know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a slippery slope, bro. That shit is a slippery ass slope. But I don't know. I'm happy to have that shooting video out and just move past that shit.
I was with that. So How long it take you with? So what you was like? I remember you was struggling with putting it out. You like, man, I don't know what to do with it. I'm just like, yo, block everybody out and just do you. Just do you. Don't worry about what nobody got to say. So what went into putting that video out?
The route I took is I just literally contacted every single person who was in the video and showed it to them, and then just had them each remove what they wanted to be removed. So there's multiple people in that video that I removed entirely. So it just took a long time. I was debating not posting it all together, and then we just got it to a way where everyone was happy, and I got to promote my camera guy and stuff, because my camera guy is my day one camera guy. He's losing money out because he's not wanting to film in these dangerous environments anymore, and I don't blame him. So it's like I was trying to just promote his YouTube so maybe he could get some additional income on the side, because we've been working together for 5 years, and I feel guilty about the situation. I'm in a situation, that's like, it's my accountability. I feel very accountable. I told him we were straight going into a situation. He caught a bullet. That's on me, in my opinion. So I feel bad about it.
You just gotta always keep in mind they not even straight. You feel me? So when they welcome you to their neighborhoods, you gotta always keep that in mind, man. They not even straight. They'll tell you, yeah, we good, we straight, but they ain't even straight. They walk around the corner looking every fucking, every 2 seconds, checking their rear views because they don't know if somebody ready to spin a block on them. So you just gotta realize, yo, you walking in dangerous territory, man. Anytime you go that route.
For sure. But on a bright note, I got 73 unreleased videos, and I'm not filming again until middle of next year. So all the shit you're about to see is shit that I have already been stacking up and filming.
73 unreleased videos.
73. Yep. Because my kid's coming in 5 weeks, so I'm just gonna be sitting back, spending time with my family, and just getting these videos out.
How the fuck do you get 73 unreleased videos, man?
Bro, I've been working like 80 hours a week since January, because I knew we were gonna have a kid, so I've just been stacking shit. Because if I do what I've been doing, when the kid comes, I'm gonna be an absent father. I'm never home. So
that's what's up, man.
Well,
man. Salute to the success on that video, man. You did your thing on that. I appreciate you listening to me, man. And like I told you, the numbers didn't dip. That bitch looking good. Looking good, man.
That's a fact, bro. But yeah, I appreciate you, bro. Thanks for having me on. Thanks for the guidance, bro. I appreciate your wisdom and everything. And I admire you, bro. And I admire every time you've been critical of me in any way, bro. I took it to heart, and I admire it, bro. So I appreciate you.
Anytime, man. Whenever you need, hit me up.
Yeah, thanks for you're keeping it G, bro. So I appreciate you, man.
Alrighty.
All right, brother. Shout out Baltimore. Shout out to the DMV, and I hope you have a great night, man. Thanks for having me on.
You too, man.
All right, brother. God bless.
All right. Yeah, man, that was a good conversation. But yeah, he did a good job with that video, man. And that's one of the points I was trying to, explain to him. Like, yo, you don't gotta go that route, yo, just because everybody going that route. Like, because yo, you just always gotta remember, yo, you dealing with ignorance. And I'd be glad, and I hold DJU and them way more accountable than anybody else, because that's the worst. Like, when you got people like DJU, people that's from the community, like, you can't be what you watching, you know what you witnessing, you know what you dealing with. So instead of ignoring it or helping it, you're going to exploit it. And you got Brandon Buckingham that ain't even from the community, and he more self-conscious and self-aware. And yo, that video, that was a great video without no bullshit. Yo, he literally cut out all the bullshit, and it was still a good video, yo. And that's what these content creators gotta understand. You don't have to put the bullshit to make a good video. You don't gotta get these kids on your platform and ask them about, yeah, didn't you say fuck da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da? Because they're gonna be like, yeah, man, fuck, yo, he's a bitch. I slap shit out of him, because they're showing off. The worst thing you can do for a clout chaser is give them clout. It's the worst thing you can do. That's why, yo, if y'all can watch, before Woody got on the stand, I explained to y'all what Woody was going to do on the stand. Before he got on the stand. Because I know that character. I know that type of person. I've seen these people a million times over. Like, if you are a person that can pay attention to what's the word I'm looking for, man? I don't know. I can't think of words on fucking live. But character, you know, character is everything, yo. That's why I question so many people's character online. You know, I don't fall victim to words. You know, I pay attention to actions. I pay attention to, you know, things that other people might not pay attention to. You, I diagnose character. And when you diagnose character like Whack 100, I see what he doing. You pushing money over morals. I see what you're doing. You damaging real guys' name in favor of the suckers. And you trying to push that into the community to say it's okay. It's okay to be a rat. It's okay to, you know, take the bag. Sell out. Fuck it. It's cool. But that's only cool for the people that's doing it. For the people that's fighting against it. And for the kids that's watching, that shit is very detrimental. It's very detrimental. And that's why I say this route that we going with this clout chasing and doing anything for the bag. Yo, the seeds that's going to grow from this era of content, yo, we ain't going to like it. They already growing and we already don't like it. Imagine them 10 years from now. It's going to be worse. It's going to be worse, man. Shit crazy, though. But yeah, yo, they need to take accountability for what they did with that kid, man. All them guys that interviewed that kid, man, they played a role in that boy's death, man. They said, oh yeah. Matter of fact, I wanted to go to that. I'm glad you said something about that, Brian. Yeah, he did. I wanted to show everybody that because I've been telling people who DJ Academics is. I've been telling people who DJ Academics is. He only interviews people that got bullshit tied to their name. And it's a reason why. It ain't because he like their music. It ain't because he like their music. Hey, Brandon, he was trying his hardest to get DJ Academics to say something. I mean, to get Skrilla to say something about that situation.
James Emerson asked me to tell the story of that Black Barrel whiskey. They left out the bit where I can't actually tell
asked him a dozen fair questions. He did. That's what the whole interview is about. See, because this is the thing I'm trying to get people to understand, yo. That's not normal. That's not journalism. You know, journalism is you ask the question. If they dodge the question, you leave it alone. You don't ask them in Spanish, then ask them in French, and then ask them in Swahili, and then ask them in English again. Like that's not journalism.
Because everything I Google about you, I just see Kensington. I feel like, I don't know if you put it on the map, but you definitely put it on my radar. So explain to me where you came from, and also for the people who might not be familiar with like the Northeast or even Philly, explain like the area and the demographic of Philly and how it works.
Philly or my area though?
Well, Philly and your area, both of them.
All right, I'm from Zombieland, though, Kensington to be exact though, but
Zombieland, what that?
Zombieland. You see that shit? That's Zombieland for real.
What you mean by Zombieland? You gotta explain.
It's all zombies. There's all zombies out there. It's all zombies.
Now that's the playing dumb tactic that he uses. He plays dumb because you know why he plays dumb? You know they say sometimes you gotta play a dummy to catch a dummy. DJ Academics doesn't respect these guys that he bring on these platforms. DJ Academics thinks he's stupid, just like he thought Quando Rondo was stupid. So he plays dumb in order to get him to say something stupid. But even though Skrilla looked like he dumb as a motherfucker and he high as a bitch, this interview, he didn't let DJ Academics trick him to say anything crazy at all. Yeah, he did. So he can, next thing you know, he's going to be getting indicted and getting arrested.
Zombies.
All right, we're gonna have to get to some meat in here because a lot of people include. Well, I get some of it. Some of it.
144K.
And by the way, you got like a couple bones tatted on you. What's that about?
Dog food.
Dog food.
Dog food. Doggy bones. I that shit tatted on my face.
What does it mean though?
Dog food.
Yeah, TF,
I know,
right.
but I got a dog. You're not talking about my type of dog.
Food for every type of dog. For every type of dog.
Okay. Okay. Oh shit, you got the grills in? Those permits?
Nah. I'm about to get perms though.
Are those goals?
24K.
Oh shit. Usually you see Florida people with that. Why'd you do that?
Yo, this shit really.
That's just what I wanted.
It really be disrespectful. You see, he got his little flag hanging up. That's what his loyalty to. He don't give a fuck about this boy right here.
That's how I felt.
Okay.
That's how I felt.
No, that's fire. Hey, listen, I seen number one. I watched the Adam 22 interview you did. I'm not gonna lie, brother. I seen you do about 17 drugs in 1 hour. I couldn't believe this shit. And when you say Zombieland, when you say Zombieland, you talking about that? Like people are just kind of drugged out?
Yeah, I'm a zombie too.
Okay. Ooh. Is that like a movement or that's just reality? You're just
thinking
on what you're seeing.
That's reality. Like that's the way we live it. We from Zombieland.
People ain't taking drugs like that, bro. Not from where
it's in all my music, all my videos, all
I know
my videos.
That's your thing, but is that what Philly is right there? Your area?
That's what my area is, yeah.
Really?
That's not what Philly is, that's what my area is.
Whippets, perks,
everything. Everything.
You slow down.
Dog food.
What's dog food? No, I get it, but like what's dog food?
Dog food. Food for dogs.
You doing like pedigree, like that shit?
Yeah. It might not be 24K.
Pedigree, dog food, anything for dogs.
Dog food get you high?
It's whatever you make it. Get you through the day.
Now, Rilo been talking about dog food for how long now? How long has DJ Academics been in the hip-hop world? Why he acting stupid? He trying to get him to implicate himself and say something that he know he shouldn't be saying.
Get you through the night, get you fried, get you sleep, whatever you want. Dog food.
The man laughing back there. I can't tell. See, a lot of times when this happened, when people watch it, say like, "Why act plain dumb?" Sometimes I'm really trying to figure some shit out. Okay.
Sometimes. Sometimes. What are you doing the other times, Zach? Only sometimes. Come on, yo, get the fuck out of here, my nigga.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know.
I love her.
Yeah, he is.
I love the dogs. I'm a dog lover. Dog lover.
And see, look, Brandon, and that's what I be talking about. That's the police shit. Move past the question. A journalist is going to move past the question. You asked it. Now people can't. I don't think nobody was even wondering what that was. But in case they was, you had to ask it. You asked it. Now can't nobody say, yo, you ain't even asking the tough questions. Because you asked them. But to press them about it, that's different. That's not journalism.
That's not no gang or nothing, right?
I don't know. I ain't in no gang.
How many dogs
you got? I don't do that in Philly, though. I don't got no dogs, though.
You don't got no animals? But you love dogs.
I love dogs.
I got 4 Rottweilers.
I got some food for them.
Really? They're not gonna get them high. Come on, my dogs ain't get high. Like, what's good? Okay, all right. So, and again, I seen this in the comments, and I'm kind of, I think they're overblown a little bit. They say you look like Paul George with dreads. Kind of do. You ever heard that before?
I don't even know who that is.
That's the nigga who's thinking it up on the Sixers right now. Where's he thinking it up? You know Paul George?
He don't got no
the basketball player.
Paul George is a fucking all-star.
I don't like basketball, though.
What do you do?
I don't know, like, I just be chilling, though. I don't like sports like that, though. I don't watch sports. I don't like watching sports.
What's your average day-to-day? I want to see. I got to get into mind this Skrilla. What's going on?
I'm a rapper now, though, so studio, I be doing rapper shit, like.
Fucking bitches?
Nah, not really, though. I don't really be drawing like that.
Really?
I don't be drawing like that.
That's the drugs fucking you up. If you own too many drugs, you ain't gonna. You're gonna be done. You can't find no chicks on that.
You can say that.
You need a couple honey packs. Get rid of the dog food. Get the honey packs.
Them dogs don't work for me though. Like
what?
I think I be taking the knockoff ones.
You gotta get the Rhino. The Rhino's gonna work.
Man, right, them bitches will bust your heart. Look, he's
okay, so all right, so you.
He trying to get that. Man, them damn gas station pills dangerous as a motherfucker. You trying to get that man kill himself. All them drugs he on, then tell him take a Rhino. He be somewhere OD. Listen to this dumb ass.
Do studio shit, right?
Yeah.
You're not still like your profile's going up. You're not still hanging out in those.
I be hanging out. I be hanging out though. I be hanging out, but I don't be doing.
You're not still like
I don't be hands on. I don't do nothing. I ain't in the street, nigga, no more. Like,
That's what it be looking like.
I'm not in the
It ain't
streets
all
no
of them,
more.
but it is some of them.
I hang out though. I hang out in the street. That's where we just came from. We just came from Zombieland just now.
Really? You too lit to be over there now.
That's my hood. I'm good over there. I'm good in my hood.
Did you ever foresee a time where you're like, yo, man, I'm too lit to be out here. I gotta go. Beverly Hills, Atlanta, Houston.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. I ain't that turned yet, though. I ain't get.
Explain Kensington to me.
Zombieland, like, what you want me to explain? Like,
all right, okay, so I've been to Philly a couple times. I've told some notorious stories about me going to Philly.
Yeah,
I know South Street, like, you know what I mean? You know, like,
yeah, that's for like the outsiders, though. South Street, that's like a good, that's a
tourist spot?
Yeah, that's a, I like.
My first oyster.
Yeah, he a dirty bastard, man. I can't stand him.
No emotion, though. That's just like
Brian, he be stealing my takes too, man. He be over here watching my channel, stealing my takes.
Connecting, like, that's just
dirty
like life, you know. That's just a part of life, though. But that's just like me, like, still connected to him, like, just thinking about him and, you know, just grieving and shit. That's just like my way of, you feel me? That's just my way of talking, like, still having that relationship.
Yeah. How did you guys lock in?
I knew Dude, though, since me and Dude went to high school together. We went to We went to 9th grade together, like 9th grade, 10th grade, got kicked out, though. But I knew Dude since we was like, fucking, I guess 14, 15, 16, whatever age we go to high school. But fucking, we really locked in, though. Like, right before we both took off for real, like, we would have never been who we is without each other, though. Like, me and him, damn, there was like Kobe and whoever played with Kobe. Like Shaq and Kobe.
Whoever played with Kobe. Yeah, surely crazy.
Yeah, we just locked in out of nowhere. Like, he just hit me up. Like, yo, let's lock in, and we just locked in after that.
How was he like in high school?
Bad, the same.
Y'all don't forget to support the platform if you can, y'all. Cash App Baltimore swag at the bottom of the screen, man. Salute to my man Michael for posting to support the movement, man.
Where he is.
Always the same guy.
Yeah, same, yeah, he's the same.
He was a slick talking motherfucker, man. He was funny too, man.
Yeah, he always was like that. Yeah, he always badass kid. Bad as shit.
You ever told him like, nah, you gotta chill out a little bit more, or nah?
Yeah,
he probably was bad too.
Yeah, like now when we was younger, I ain't never really like talk to him about no shit like that though. But like when we started really popping and shit, I used to tell him like, yo, you should chill out this. But that's him though. Like he stood on what he stood on though. Like he gangster.
He supported you a lot too.
Yeah, I support him too. We was together. We do this shit. We was doing this shit together.
Yeah,
we did this shit together. Anywhere I go, he was there. Anytime I ever left.
Hey Brandon, you know this. Hey Brandon, this whole interview was about that. This whole interview was about what happened in Chicago. That's yo, man. I wish y'all knew how these people operated, man.
He left the city too. Even if I ain't telling him, and he just found out I was going somewhere, he coming. He coming.
How did you react to how the internet kind of viewed it? So there's a lot of people who were like, obviously they were incorrectly, as you would say, right? Like they're putting the viral video that happened 2 days before that you said nothing to do with it, but they're like, well, man, he's asking for it. He was asking for that type of stuff. Like, it was the energy you give out, this, that, and third. And a lot of people looked at it like that, which obviously that's your man. You're not going to be thinking about it like that. And also you say that has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
How did you view people reacting like that to his passing?
That shit is the internet, though. Like, I don't even want to talk about it right now.
I get it. Yeah. So, I mean, all that happened, which unfortunately another situation happened, because you went to Chicago.
There you go.
Now, I'm lost on what happened, but I heard a couple stories. So,
appreciate it, bro. See the Brandon Buckingham for the $50 cash shot.
Okay. You guys have a good rapport. You've done videos before, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Why did you go to Chicago?
Yeah, you too, bro. Hey, Brandon. I'm being in the city on Thanksgiving, bro. I don't know what you're doing, but I'm being in the city. I don't know if you're trying to work.
Going to Chicago to go link with some friends I got out of Chicago.
Okay, so tell me if the story I heard is right. Apparently, I ain't checking or something like that, and somebody tried to shoot y'all, or that's the story. And then the story said that they tried to shoot I guess you, or maybe people you were with. They said you got shot, and Brandon Buckingham's cameraman got shot. But I look at you, you look all right.
Yeah.
What happened, brother?
Nah, he's in the studio. I was in the studio. Bang, I get out there. Bang. I get out there. I get in the studio.
Look,
bang.
you see how he answered that? He did it the right way. Whenever, if ever you're going to talk about anything, you don't implicate nobody else. Like, I say that's even if you're getting interrogated. If you decide to answer questions, you don't implicate nobody else. That's why he did it the right way. And Academics mad as a bitch. Because Academics really wanted them to, you know, say whatever he wanted to say. But he said I came out the studio. So if I'm gonna tell you anything, I'm only saying me. You understand? That's how you supposed to do that. Already. Shit, just just hit me up. Yeah, you gotta if that's how you gonna do it, don't mention nobody else, man. Yeah, straight up, Leo, what it is.
I make some
Were you in the area you shouldn't be, though? Be honest.
Nah, I wasn't nowhere I shouldn't be.
I was talking about DMV yesterday.
I don't know. I was where I wanted to be. I was in the studio. I leave out the studio. Whoa,
Look at the title of my yesterday live.
As soon as you leave the studio?
Once I leave the studio. I get hit in my leg. And shit go in and out of my leg.
You tell me the real story?
Yeah.
You really got shot?
Yeah.
I can't say you're joking, eh?
I really got shot, though.
Yeah, walking here with a limp. What? That was a couple months ago, so maybe you healed.
I got a Baltimore video coming out next.
In a month. Yeah, I was cool, though. Like, that shit, like.
Wait, so you got shot in the leg?
You caught him a dweeb.
He said they was some like video shit.
That motherfucker tore his leg up. God damn, boy. Nice size hole in that motherfucker.
Did you have an idea where that was behind? Like,
look at him. What type of question is that?
I don't even know.
Yo, what kind of question is that? Like, you don't ask those type of questions in open cases, man. Like, what the fuck, yo? He crazy, and he knows this. He's well aware of this. Like, you didn't have to ask him that, yo. Did you know what this was behind? All right, get the fuck out of here, Academics.
Just random.
I don't even know.
I heard you was in the studio making a diss song, man. You can't go to Chicago to make a diss song by the Chicago nigga, bro. Come on, bro. That's not Zombieland.
Look,
I don't even know. I don't even know.
He ain't answered none of that shit.
I got shot, though. Out of Chicago, I got shot.
That gotta be honest.
Look, here you go.
All seriousness. In those moments, you leave the studio, you're probably feeling good, you made a good song, whatever. That shit happened. Is your heart racing like, what the fuck, yo, I could die? Like, you know, like that just seems unexpected. Like, you
know, when I got shot, I'm like, damn, I'm not even one of them to get shot. I'm like, damn. And then the back of my truck, though, I had the bullets hit the tires, too, so the two front tires was flat. I get to the hospital. We get to one hospital, this shit closed. I get to one
hospital. The hospital?
Yeah, shit closed.
You mean the hospital's closed?
Closed. That shit was like an abandoned hospital.
Yeah, Chicago, this makes sense. Anywhere else it wouldn't make sense, but Chicago, yeah.
I put another one in the GPS, boom, boom, boom. That shit.
Are you bleeding at this time?
Gushing.
No, Mo. See, it's not the thing about. See, this the thing, bro. It's not the thing. Ask the question. Ask the question. Yo, but when you see the person is intentionally dodging the question, you don't keep asking the same question, bro. Like, yo, that's police work, bro. That's interrogation tactics. That's how interrogations go. You know, you get one cop, you play good cop, you play bad cop. You ask the question one way, then they flip it around, they ask it another way, try to trick you up in the answer. You understand? Like, nah, bro, that's not interviewing, bro. That's police work. Yeah, he forcing it.
Shit,
And look,
force it.
after all of this, if I was to go a little bit longer, he brings it back up. Like, yo, he brought it back up like an hour into the interview.
Damn my shit.
I know he didn't. I'm sure he did.
I get to the next hospital, that shit like 10, 15 minutes. I make it there.
Oh yeah, you right. You sure the fuck wasn't.
Open before I get out the well.
You sure the fuck
my
wasn't.
leg stuck straight. Like I can't bend that shit.
Pain? Crazy pain?
Nah, I ain't feel the pain yet, for real. I ain't feel no pain. Yeah, I ain't feel no pain.
But you can't be like this with it, type shit.
But like when I got shot, yeah, like that shit was like, ooh, that shit was like stuck straight. I couldn't move that shit.
Are you thinking, yo, I might die?
Nah, I don't even really know. I'm like, just get me to the hospital.
Yeah.
I was cool. I just like, get me to the hospital. We get to the hospital though, and I was cool though. But my shit, that shit went in and out though. That shit went in and out.
First time being shot?
Yeah, that was the first time.
Why you sitting so fucking far
That
apart?
gave you a little bit of PTSD, right? I'm not going to no more studios in no other city but Zombieland. I'm good.
Nah, though. Nah, I helped me move a little bit better though. I needed that though.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, that's what they like though.
Needed that. That's right.
But he was smarter. He was smart enough to know not to let academics trick him into saying something stupid. Definitely gotta give him credit for that. You know, he a zombie. He tell you he a zombie. He hires Fat Charles' ass right now.
Well, what would you take away from that? Would you learn? I know you say you needed it, but how do you process that or change how you move afterwards?
I just needed that wake-up call, so it tightened me up a little bit, like tighten my shit up a little bit. That shit tightened me up a little bit. But ain't nothing changed, though. It just tightened me up, though. Like, on my shit a little bit more.
Did you kind of feel guilty? Because I think they said Brandon Buckingham was out there filming a video with you, and his cameraman got hit. Do you feel like, damn, you don't think maybe, I don't know if you were involved in some shit? Like, that's I always be thinking, I'm like, imagine if I'm out with somebody and then some shit.
Now he bringing up a fake scenario. That's what they do. All of these guys do that. They bring up a fake scenario to try to get him to, make him feel a little bit comfortable to talk. He lying like he lying out his motherfucking teeth.
You kind of feel guilty because I think they said Brandon Buckingham was out there filming a video with you, and his cameraman got hit. Do you feel like, damn, you don't think maybe, I don't know if you were involved in some shit? Like, that's I always be thinking, I'm like, imagine if I'm out with somebody and then some shit that I'm involved with to get somebody else hurt.
You don't be thinking about that. You need to go outside.
Lifestyle though.
You need to go outside, to be thinking like that.
Did anyone die?
God damn. What the fuck?
That's good.
What the fuck, yo? What the fuck? Yo, did anybody die? Jesus Christ. Yo, this guy is vicious, y'all. Yo, this is a vicious attack. What the fuck? God damn. Yo, this nigga, yo, you need to be stopped, yo.
How many people got shot, do you know?
Like 4 or 5 people got shot.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like 60 shots.
60 shots?
Is this too sexy?
Yo, he is wild, yo. That's a wild guy.
Yep, you ain't see that shit?
There's a video?
He ain't gonna do that.
No, I seen it on the news. Of course I seen it on the news, but I'm like, yo.
He gonna get fake drunk and yell at you.
Are they across the street? And at that point, I would be thinking like, yo, I'm hoping these things don't, because I'm guessing.
Let me do that. I get on his ass.
But I'm guessing y'all probably
tighten him up real good.
Like, hoping they don't run down on y'all.
Lacking bad. No, we wasn't lacking, but we was lacking though. We was lacking, but we wasn't. We wasn't though. I just happened to get shot.
Hell no.
Shit went in and out my thigh though. But I'm cool though.
He came out calling black kids coons. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I'm cool.
You ain't going back to Chicago, huh? Nah, I'm good. Wait, you ain't going back to Chicago, are you?
Yeah, I just came back from Chicago.
You went back?
Yeah. I stayed out there for a little bit.
You gotta stay the Ritz now, brother.
I came back to the city and got some clothes and came back out there for a little bit. I went back out there. I was with my brother. Shout out my brother, Big Op. Big Op. You know who Big Op is?
Nah, Big Op?
Yeah, listen to Big Op. That's my brother.
You went out there with him the first time? Whoever you went out with the first time, that's not the guy to go with. Right? It don't seem like the guy. If I Kevin,
he try to get him to talk about him again.
Listen, it's like you say, yo, come with me, man. You good on Kensington. I go with you on Kensington, and it's a bloodbath. I'm not going with you nowhere, nigga.
Nah, sure.
Okay, so Big Op, he's the right guy.
That's my boy, Big Op.
I'm gonna tap into Big Op. Big Op is a guy.
Tap into Big Op.
Like, what area of Chicago? Like,
yeah, here you go.
I don't even remember.
Chicago like that?
Yeah, here you go.
A little bit, though. My family live out in Chicago. I got family out there. I got family.
Yo, so later on in interview, he brings it back up. Let me see.
Told you. You know what I mean? So that's really what that was.
Yeah.
You like ratchet chicks, don't you? I need a non-ratchet girl now, bro.
I like
no pull-out game.
Pull-out. My only priority. Yeah, my only motivation for real.
Yeah. What do you think about your upbringing when you even think about your kids that you're trying to prevent them from going? But I remember I said, yo, you gotta think bigger than what's happening there.
I'm trying to find it, yo.
That shit was just turned.
Okay, that's fire.
Yeah, that shit was turned.
So wait, have you done Roll Out yet?
Nah.
You gotta do Roll Out. That sounds like a hilarious time. I know that shit.
Yeah, that shit definitely put me all the way. Listen to that shit.
Crash Out Boys.
Crash Out Boys. Baby. Though, if you know what I mean, it's just
clicks.
Little groups. Yeah. Little groups, you could say. But
dang, yo.
We don't really got like that blood and crib. We don't do none of that shit for real.
I see you're a gambler. I see you.
Every man for himself. Crash Out Boys. I got all the Crash Out Boys with me. Crash Out Boys.
Really?
For a little baby. Little baby, that's my dog.
Wow. Route 49? Okay.
Boy.
First track, Chirac. Why?
Chirac.
Yep, back in Chirac.
That's it. Chirac. I listen to that shit.
Crash Out Boys.
Crash Out Boys. Baby Smooth.
Shout out to Baby Smooth. You don't seem like a guy who's crashing out though. You're not on that type of lot though.
Crash Out Boys. I got all the Crash Out Boys with me. Crash Out Boys.
But that's not like your motto, living life though, right?
Not no more.
You used to be on that?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah, I think people go through that type of phase where you're just down on.
The fuck? You ain't never went through that type of phase. What the fuck are you talking about? Yo, somebody needs to send academics back to fucking Jamaica, man. I think people go through that type of phase. Have you ever went through that type of phase, academics? What the fuck are you talking about, dumbass?
Yeah, for sure. I used to live like that for sure. Yeah. My hood different though, like that shit, you gotta be a Crash Out Boy to survive.
What I mean?
See, yo, this the thing though, Brand. It's the clout, bro. That's what I be talking about. A lot of them, yo, is gonna roll the dice. You know, they're gonna roll the dice and just hope they can dance around the questions because academics, Vlad, Adam 22, they waving clout in front of their face. You know what I mean? Here go the clout. You want it? And shit, a lot of them gonna try to, they want that shit. And they just gonna hope that they can do what they need to do without getting indicted. Roll the dice.
You gotta be a Crash Out Boy to survive. That's what it mean. I just told you for real.
You gotta stand on business. That's what it is.
Yeah. Definitely in Philly though, the way that shit is out there. Sure.
It's not so in Chicago, people know BD and GDs. What's the politics, quote, so to speak, in Philly? It's just blocks.
Yeah, we don't got none of that shit. Yeah, it's just hoods. It ain't every man for himself for real. It ain't really no gang. It's gang. It ain't gangs, but it is though. But it ain't though. if you know what I mean. Like, it's just like cliques, little groups. Yeah. Little groups, you could say. But we don't really got like that blood and crip. We don't do none of that shit for real.
I see you're a gambler. I see you tatted with the
yeah, I got gamble like these the Kensington dots right
Trying
here.
to find a part you bring the Chicago shit back up.
I ain't never tapped in nobody like that. I feel like though, like there's a big bro for real. I never tapped in nobody. Everybody they
learned a lot. That like you're like, yo, damn, I almost feel like big bro in the way of they're giving you game and trying to encourage you to get to that next level.
I didn't ride by, they fuck with me, yo. We seen you drop y'all.
We bumping like
Romeo
songs, not like us.
Nah.
The Detroit dudes, Cali dudes.
I ain't get the fun.
I really did.
My bad. And I'm getting in between, but then I think she's drunk as hell. So she's like, not fighting these bitches.
With the guacamole, avocado.
Yeah, I'm mad simple. I'm like, I ain't gonna lie. By the way,
I feel like Philly about to be a big change. Definitely.
What do you think? Like I've talked to Gilly before, and I think Gilly, Gilly obviously from competing, from the same city. As long as there's no violent stuff happen between y'all, right? Just kind of words. I think I should, could do a 41 doing a D thing or K Flock.
Hold up, man.
Great content needs a great audience.
We
Like Santa Claus
on
needs
academics.
cookies.
I ain't trying to watch that whole shit.
No.
I'm glad Skrilla ain't let that man trick him like Vlad doing Lil Tim right now. Lil Tim is currently on Vlad TV dry snitching. I just honestly think Lil Tim is a good kid that just was placed in a bad situation. But that don't mean you gotta go up that bitch dry snitching either though. Like you ain't gotta do that. I'll worry about to the store, y'all. But shit, I appreciate everybody that tapping, man. Salute to Brandon Buckingham, man, for fucking with us. Salute to everybody for rocking with us. Salute to everybody that supported the platform. To hit the cash app. Yo, make sure y'all check out that video I just dropped. I just dropped a video on TK. If y'all ain't checked that out, check that out. It's a hell of a video. It took me like 2 days to put it out. My next video probably gonna be a video on YBS Scholar. On some Baltimore shit. I ain't did no Baltimore videos in a while. I'm gonna try to get some work done on that tomorrow. It be hard, yo. I be doing a lot, yo. Y'all know I be on being here with these kids, man. Like I don't know how everybody's life set up, but I've had to cook dinner, fucking help with homework, pick videos out, pay bills, drive the kids to school. Oh, shout out my dogs outside. Look, let the dogs in the house. It's cold as a bitch. Hopefully they still out this motherfucker. Hey, my bad, y'all. My bad, y'all. Let's see. You cold? Hey, you cold as a bitch. That y'all was out there, yo. I typically don't need to let them out around this time. Hey, man. Yeah, you ready to step into them waters, man. It's a beautiful thing, man, to watch them grow up, yo. I ain't had my father growing up, yo. So I always told myself as a young kid, like, I ain't leaving my kids, man. For real. My kids, their mother, like, whatever we go through, we gonna figure that shit out, man, because I know how hard that shit is. I watched my mother struggle. I watched my father get high, be in and out of jail. When I watched him get high, but I knew he was getting high. I visited him in jails. So I told myself, yo, I'm not trying to put that shit on my kids. Because that shit don't go away, yo. fatherless children, if they don't talk to that person and have a real meaningful conversation with that person, yo, that shit don't ever go away. It don't never go away, y'all. It's crazy. It can be 50 years down the line. If that conversation never come up, you're gonna have them same feelings you had when you was a child. Shit deep. Especially when you're in a situation where you got a parent that be lying. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm gonna come pick you up, come spend time with you. You know, all that dumbass shit. Got you motherfucking waiting for him, thinking he coming. Or, you know what I mean? Whole time he probably forgot he even told you that shit. Charlene. So, I just try to, be the best I can be, man. I ain't perfect, but I ain't absent either. You heard me? Hey, what the fuck is my wild at? Motherfuckers went down there and tried to call me and shit. Some old dumbass shit. Old as a motherfucker. I got a Detroit. What? I got a Baltimore accent. He said I got a Detroit accent. First time I heard that before. That's the first. Appreciate it, brother. Hey, Charlene, how the truck driving going? Charlene getting that cash now. The fuck is that out here doing? Yo! What is wrong with y'all, man? Yo, what are you doing? Why you keep... Yo, what the fuck? What's wrong with you? Back up. Not you too close to him. Hey, he does be tripping, yo, over little drops of food, yo. Y'all had whole bowls. Why y'all beefing over 2 little drops of food that fell out the bowl? Hey, he's tripping. So there's not just ready to fight. It's going good. That's why you can't remember, just in case. All right. Well, shit, I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody's support, man. Y'all know, man, when I first got on this shit, people probably didn't think I would take it serious. I mean, I'm sure people thought I was going to take it serious, because I don't take, Yo, what the fuck? Yo, why are you barking at this dog, man? Look at these dogs, y'all. I take everything serious. Yo, why are you mad? Stop. Look at her. Cut it out. Look. Yeah, I take everything serious, but I don't think people thought I would take it this far. And we still got a long way to go, though, so we ain't far at all, but we ain't quitting. And it ain't been easy. We ain't taking no shortcuts. We ain't brought no subscribers. We ain't rolled no coattails. Just trying to make real content. And we ain't being detrimental. Every video, I try every video to have a message. That's my focus, yo. Every video has to have a message, yo. I ain't speaking on it. Like, I'm not just, like, cause I don't really care about rappers. But these rappers and people find themselves in situations that everybody is in, or somebody is in, that, people can learn from. And that'd be my focus with this whole thing. Oh, wow, man. It's cold out here, bitch. Your snag just came one overnight. I bet, y'all. Just take and press the button. But I gotta find my why that tap there. Like I said, y'all, if you want to support the platform, you always can. Anything is appreciated. Check out that video I just dropped. I should have another video dropping. If not tomorrow, Monday. Live every day, 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Hit that like button if you haven't yet. And we out here.